Don't don't ever apologize for your sexual yawning. It's how God made you.
I've been up all day watching Evangelion and Blood of Zeus.
Yep.
Why would you waste your time with Evangelion?
It's actually Dash's favorite anime. No.
Whoops.
Listen, Dash resonates with
Okay,
Shinji
I know
because they are the same person.
Get in the fucking robot Dash. Just do it.
I know
I'll
it's a
have to do
very.
it again.
It's either you love it or hate it type anime.
I haven't seen it.
Sorry,
I just haven't
disgusting.
been able to commit myself to watching it.
Dude, he's been crying all week thanks to it. It's great.
The re-movies have been really good.
I watched one movie, the end of Evangelion or Evangelion, however you want to say it. If it's Japanese Evangelion, I guess. I believe the English Evangelion.
That's how I always said it.
Yeah.
Evangelion.
Yeah.
I think it's a root from evangelist.
So Evangelion, but they're Japanese, so they make it a hard G.
There's a big old fucking tie for second on the poll. Go vote if you haven't already voted.
Okay.
Vote for me.
Vote for Drake.
Because I deserve it.
I vote Drake. I want to buy Drake a hot dog.
Fuck, I want a hot dog.
God, I haven't had a hot dog in so long.
I'm not a good one in so long. I miss good hot dogs.
There's no such thing as a good hot dog.
In fact, you just never had a good hot dog.
Excuse me.
You should just eat
I'm
a
gonna go
brat.
with Skinner's. I want to go to Skinner's and put a big wiener in my mouth.
Never heard such a privileged food take.
Okay, wait. I didn't say I've never had hot dogs. I've had my hot boiled hot dog and like turkey lunch meat and mustard sandwich.
That's where you're.
No,
you're already wrong.
No, because I've grown into an adult, a financially stable adult, and I've had like King David's dogs and other really good dogs, and it's just not for me. It's not my kind of food.
I've never heard of King David's. You should have a tender, juicy hot dog. They're Filipino.
The thought of biting into a hot dog and there being like gushy amounts of juice in it is the most revolting image that I can possibly imagine. But
okay,
not
so
gushy.
first of all, I'm just gonna throw this out there. Hating hot dogs is anti-Semitic. I'm just saying that. I'm just telling how to do it.
Did the Jewish even eat hot dogs?
They're very good at making them. But that okay.
But they don't eat them themselves, right? There's pork
in
them.
My dude even just mentioned a Jewish hot dog chain.
King David's dogs. They're like if you're gonna get a hot dog, that's where you get one.
You said King David's because it's Jewish? I don't know, man. I don't know anything about Jewish culture.
It's all hot dogs, right? Hot dogs and Hanukkah.
Right? Hot dogs and bagels.
Hot dogs all the way down.
Hot dogs.
Yeah, and King David was famous for slinging his sausages all over Jerusalem, and everybody loved him so much that they awarded him a star.
Hell yeah, they did.
They looked up and they said, "Whatever star in the sky you want, that one's yours. Pick it out."
He picked the
Just
one
keep
that
these
was conveniently shaped like a six-pointed
so I need to stop this conversation because you just said the worst word in the English language that's ever been coined.
What was it?
I'm not even gonna. It's terrible. I hate it. We're not saying it anymore. But I do want to point out that we have a 1-year subscriber, and that's really cool.
That is really cool.
Oh,
thanks, Meta.
We've been doing
Thanks,
this shit for a
Bella.
year.
You're beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And we've had somebody support us for a
Holy
year.
That's
I want to say
touchy.
First, congratulations.
People watch our game.
And then second, why?
Right?
I
For
know
putting
You're
up with our
here
bullshit for so
listening to
long
us
and
talk
still
about
coming
hot
back.
dogs.
Hey guys, it's been wonderful playing, and I'm so happy that you guys are watching too. This is the first time streaming it. And we've been weird, especially me. I've had to censor myself a lot, and I apologize.
Christ. Okay. Inspiration. Simmons Tough Cricket. Which,
Ooh.
But I want inspiration.
for the record, everyone got a lot of votes this week. Everybody did a good job this week.
Oh. Yay!
Yay.
And also, inspiration is not a measure of how good a job you did. It's a popularity contest. Get used to it.
Correct.
That's why I always win in crosswinds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, recap. Because somebody asked for it, I'm going to post it. There's a fuckload. We did a shit ton last session.
Did we though? Why can't I remember anything?
I don't know. Like, we did a bunch.
It's because I'm trying to remember 5 different tabletop game threads
Yeah,
in my
there's-
head. I think I am actually unraveling.
There are a lot of campaigns going on right now, and you're in more than I am.
I'm in like 3 more than you are.
It's too big to post. Oh, I see why it's not posting. Hang on.
We did a lot of there's a lot of little things here and there that we did last session.
Yeah.
Okay, it's
I
not
hardly
posting.
remember anything now then.
So I'm going to do the short version.
I know that Tough did a lot, and I'm delighted.
Right? It was so good. We finally got some tough stuff. Some stuff. Shit. Anyway, we went to the Astro Plane, and we found out that Bjorg could talk. And she's like, she confirmed that Bjorg is definitely his mom. We all knew it. We all knew it the whole time. Everybody knew it. But it was good to finally hear it. And it was very sweet and cute. And then she's like, by the way, there's some dangerous shit in here. And she kind of helped us avoid some of that dangerous shit. And then we tried to teleport to Hamar, but it fucked up. So we ended up in the middle of nowhere. But then Socks found
I'm
us.
sorry.
It's okay. The first time I tried to teleport, I nearly killed Darishkamet. And myself.
So
Look,
I-
he got me in the wall again.
I did that, but I did that, but in a completely empty space. We didn't run into nothing. We still got hurt.
I've only had this spell for 5 minutes, and if I cast it, I'll kill everyone in this room and myself.
Accurate. When the teleport went astray, though, we found a big fluffy creature who's not in any way fluffy. He's just adorable. We called him Socks.
Feathery.
His name was definitely not actually Socks, but his name is Socks. And he
He
led
is
us to
covered in
Jesus
feathers.
himself. Jesus' real name is Inlet.
Anlet.
Inlet? Is it I-N
Yeah.
or I-M? Okay.
And
Omelet.
Anlet.
Omelet.
You could call him Omelet.
Cream fraiche. Okay,
and-
I was even more off than I thought it was. Okay, I'm into it. Well, ignore the spelling that I used in the opener to this episode, because it's wrong. Anyway, we found out that Socks is Jesus' pet, and it was very, very mad that we were in his domain, as he tends to do. And we were able to give him all of our tithes and sacrifices to prevent him from just killing us on the spot, but then he's like, okay, dudes, you really gotta leave now. This isn't cool. But we're like, what if we really want to see our friend? And he eventually agreed to do a wager over a game of cards. So
Children's card game.
well,
Yu-Gi-Oh!
I
He
don't-
won the Yu-Gi-Oh!
I don't know if
They played a shadow game.
yeah. So they played.
It was like
poker.
that one movie where Yugi, the guy from GX, and the guy on the motorcycle teamed up against one player, and he got 3 turns versus each of them.
Perfect.
I need so much Luke.
I watched the abridged version.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
It's
Yar.
really good.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Lore. That's
Yeah,
what is
how do
a
you
hard
know?
sentence. I haven't watched Yu-Gi-Oh! in forever.
lore? God.
Sorry.
If I knew Yu-Gi-Oh, I'd remember the fucking names.
Like,
I
you don't know
I
that
no
My
longer had a-
Valentine has perfume on all of her cards, and that's how she can
Okay,
tell them
okay,
apart.
Oh, I
okay.
know that.
No, don't get me started. I know plenty of like season 1 Yu-Gi-Oh! Lore. Like that was the
Yeah,
good one. Like
season one.
Yu-Gi-Oh! No longer had a place in my heart once they got rid of Joey Wheeler.
You watched
That's
Rocky,
fair.
though.
Yeah, that's
Same
like the
with
only-
Ninja Dash.
Karina
the only
just
other-
uses
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh lore.
That's the only other exposure I have to it.
Droppy.
But she mostly likes season 1 too because Kaiba is her boyfriend.
But
Yeah.
she also GX because Kaiba is still in it.
Oh,
Sort of.
Yeah,
Tangentially.
kinda.
I guess I wasn't
The
paying
hair
close enough
gets
attention.
Was Kaiba's hair being green canonical, or was that a weird color
It's-
issue?
they
Okay.
It
redid
was in
that.
like season 0.
Okay.
Season 0 was the best part of Yu-Gi-Oh that 4Kids never touched because Yu-Gi was just straight up like fucking killing people in it.
Yeah, so here's the thing. The manga Yugi just played games, not card games, right? He fucking challenged people to random games like, hey, can you lift this glass full of alcohol and light your cigarette without setting yourself on fire because I've thrown alcohol over you? And they usually lose and die.
Yeah, it was dark.
It was
Okay.
dark as shit. How do
We're
we
very
have a
good at
1-year
playing D&D.
subscriber?
What's that?
How do we have a 1-year subscriber?
I don't know.
this is our content.
So anyway,
Oh
Yeah.
god, we're
Sorry.
thank you. It's really humbling.
Anywho, away from Yu-Gi-Oh.
Thank you, and I'm sorry.
We love you. Thank
We're
you for
all
putting
sorry.
up with
We're
us
all
for so
very
long.
Sorry.
Thank you, Meta.
sorry for everything.
Sorry.
Tough and Iskar put their lives on the line on the card game, and they ended up winning, but only very narrowly, and only after maybe a tiny bit of cheesing local rules and house rules and shenanigans. But respected it, and I respected he respected it. I didn't.
We
know
chased the
Joker for a
rabbit
while.
and they won for reals.
We did. We chased the rabbit, and it would have been for real anyway. But anyway, the point is, he's like, okay, you've got like 1 hour, and he bamfed us over to Hamar, specifically allowed Iskar to go with a astral projection. And they had a nice little reunion, and there are still a lot of questions that didn't get answered. But the big one was Hamar sort of revealed that he's just been waiting for Iskar so that they could reincarnate together, because he didn't want to like come back as like a baby and then things might be weird. And that kind of contradicts with some of the things that Iskar seems to believe about kobolds. So there's still like some confusion about like what if. Anyway, there's still questions, but they had a nice touching reunion, and that's the whole point. This is the summary.
Yeah.
I can't go into everything. After that, the hour was up, and he's like, dudes, you got to get out. You've been here since yesterday. There's shit all over the carpet. You don't clean up after yourselves. Get out of my plane. And he bamfed us all back to the material plane in different locations, I might add, which is kind of a dick move trademark. And some of us ended up like back near the base. Some of us end up scattered throughout Severia. And everybody kind of worked on getting regrouped. We went to go pick up Thek's mom, but importantly, when we got back out, Cricket was isolated long enough for Alana to be like, oh, hey, found you, and stabbed him a bunch. But while that was happening, she had like a brief moment of clarity and said the word dream, and Cricket's like, oh shit, I should probably do that, because I know Simmons just learned that spell. So later, after everybody got reunited, he did the dream spell to Alana, and Alana had like 3 minutes of clarity, and during that time, she's like, yeah, okay, if you can set me free, I can help you defeat this bad guy. You're going to need to, like, get this device for Mammon and break it so that I can be free, and then I'll guide you to Drafixilon, and we can end this for good. Oh, and by the way, I know that God just said, yeah, this plan will work, and you can bring Alana back to life, but you really got to let me die, because apparently, in a lot of the futures that she's seen, I fuck everything up, because Cricket can't let go. And that's also a big part of why she can't let Dad's Plural know, is because they fuck it up in some of the timelines too. So we don't know what's going to happen. Apparently something is going to happen, and Cricket's going to have to make a tough choice or something. And then we regrouped, and we kind of just did a bunch of downtime roleplay and decompression from all of that just happened. But then Cricket encouraged Simmons to be like, hey, you should go tell Thak that you're into him, because, you know, that should be out in the open. And they had a nice little talk. And that's pretty much where we left off.
While everyone was doing that, Daru learned how to freeze water. Or wait, boil water.
Yes. With
We
fire.
learned that he
Yeah.
can't boil water.
He can, he just has to use fire.
I think I took the mana off. Dispel magic. Let me double check. I did.
It turns out you're just gonna shoot fire into the water, and that does it.
This is faster though. Because otherwise, I'm going to sit here and wait for it to melt, and then we have to wait for it to boil, So at least if I like melt it, we can have boil faster.
Yeah. And everyone had hot chocolate in the end.
So we're kind of back in this sort of awkward time skippy phase where we are making preparations for the big assault. I know that I've still got a couple of just things that have been mentioned briefly on Telegram that we could go through. I don't know if other people have other plans, or if Drake's got cool shit already planned for us, or if he's ready to fast forward us. I don't know what he's got up his sleeves, but that's where we're at. But it sounds like he's going to refill, and I should figure out food while he's doing that.
Food.
He's asking us to fill time. Shoot, we have to keep talking.
We did so much of that already. Oh, Simmons,
More.
should we post that thing? Do you have another response coming, or are we good?
Oh, go ahead and post it, and then I'll finish it. Well, actually, you shouldn't know that it's a dream yet, and you just kind of acted like you knew already, which was weird.
Can I justify that with an Arcana check reaction? Because Cricket's been getting dreams his whole life.
That would probably work.
Here we go. Let's do it. Fuck. Actually, 15 plus 4.
Oh, you miss?
I think I missed it. Well, shit. Okay, I can.
Yeah.
I can
You can have
Dream is level
advantage since
5.
you've been having it for so long.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's fair.
We'll flub this one way or the other.
But also,
God
you
damn it.
know that didn't
You
work
should-
either.
should
You
be
don't know.
confused.
I don't know. Okay, let me go. I'll go ahead and my response then.
You can post up to there, and then that'll give us incentive to finish it.
I dig it.
Simmons and Thack had a nice talk about relationships and about what he expects and what he doesn't expect and what he doesn't know.
It was real good.
Or confusing, but it was fine.
It was really confusing. He still doesn't know what he wants.
Yeah.
Does anyone ever really know what they want?
Sometimes. Right now it's Penn Station.
Oh,
Mom Pa knew what they wanted. Lots of kids.
Cricket and Back having a decompression from that decompression. And that's underway, but I'll probably fail to respond to that for 4 more months and post it God knows when too.
It's okay. I will poke you for it.
Perfect.
It'll be fine. I just have to figure out how Thack responds to this.
Yeah.
maybe we go back to posting them live. That way, like everyone reading.
Yeah,
is,
there's a lot more pressure when
They
you got an
can
audience.
start spamming the chat.
It's kind of nice.
They can
actually.
start spamming the chat with "Where's the next one? Where's the next one? Where's the next one?"
Yep. It's easier
Just
to
add
digest
Cricket
and
with-
read it as we go too, probably. If I had to guess.
Wait, what? I'm sorry, I missed that part.
Easier to digest if they can read it as we're going.
Oh, for sure. There have
Yeah.
definitely been times where like a big one gets posted. I'm like, oh boy, I got to do this like
Yeah.
tomorrow. This is a thing. But then when you're watching it, in
I'll
real
read that
time-
later. Yeah.
Wait, did I already post it? No, I didn't. Okay.
Nope.
There you go. Get some pins.
I'm hungry, but I'm also not.
You should get food because then by the time you get it, maybe you'll be hungry.
Dash. Share it. Oh yeah, there is new not safe for work Thack art. I should probably share that.
What? Share that. Shit.
What?
Just not
sh-
on stream.
Not on
I'm
the
back.
stream. Hi.
Sorry about that.
I'll be sharing that here in Anthology.
Hi, stream. If you've been watching on YouTube, did you know that we're all goddamn degenerates? Come on over to our
Yeah.
Discord and see filthy, terrible things that we do all the time.
Do you want to see porn of our very wholesome characters? Come over.
We talk about
Discord.
furry shit and Jewish hot dogs. It's a great time. Come on over.
Only if you're 18.
Thank-
You know how like
No kids
if a
allowed.
franchise gets popular enough, somebody's inevitably going to make a porn version of it. We do that ourselves.
Yeah, we do that ourselves. we write our own cringy fan fiction.
Thack, I'm gonna need you to stop getting porn of Thackeray. He's my comfort character, and I'm not comfortable seeing him naked.
Yeah.
No, I need you to continue because he's my comfort character, and you know.
And I like him being comfortable being sexy instead of like, oh no, I accidentally took my shirt off in front of people and now I have to flog myself
God.
for subjecting
Instead,
them
it
to
should be
this
like, oh
awful
no,
vis-
I done flexed too hard and ripped another shirt. Not what that looks like. I'm
know
sorry.
oh my god. I expected you
fair,
to have a perfect Thack voice, and I'm honestly a little like surprised that you don't.
If I practice it a little bit more, I'm sure I could
Yeah.
because I have a lot of family in Alabama. But
Exactly.
like
you-
Even I don't have a perfect Thack voice. He keeps changing.
well, I mean, that's all of us. None of us are professional.
it's okay.
voice actors.
Daru's voice
Yeah.
changes every day too.
Cricket
Yeah.
lost his lisp somewhere along the way. Every now and then I remember it, but
Voice acting.
it's hard.
It's hard.
It's so hard.
It's
How do
hard.
how do people do this shit?
I
Especially
forget
when
which
you
voice
give
I'm
yourself
supposed to
certain
do.
rules.
I feel like Simmons has been very consistent.
Yeah.
Started using two big
You know
words
how hard
at
it
some
is.
point,
Oh, that's true.
so
Yeah.
that happens.
Yeah, sometimes. We can just brush that off as, hey, I saw this word
I
in
brushed
the
it off as
dictionary,
him learning.
or my mom used it.
We have to
What's that long word, Zach?
car.
Piano.
So
Anti-disestablishmentarianism? Oh man, like no one uses that word.
I don't know what that means out of character. I
Same.
could probably figure it.
So, last we left off, I think that one of the plans was that you guys were going to head over, or try to head over to the Knoll encampment to check on the
Yeah,
Titan.
the Rivertooths. We were gonna go bring Mother over there and figure out what's going on with that Titan, because we heard they sent people over to help excavate it. And the gods told me that there is a possible way for me to not die if I pilot the Titan, and that's hopeful. So here's the thing: if we're gonna teleport there anyway, we're gonna have to wait 7 days. How long will it take for us to just fly over there?
That's a very valid point. What concerns me is that if we fly over, we are also forced to fly back, which is going to be another 7 days. Whereas
If we, not really, because if we take 7 days to go there, then I can just teleport back.
Well, I can teleport Circus back. The issue is that
Yeah, that too. See, that's what I mean.
But
Ship
then
is there, though.
our ship is there. Right, we can't leave the ship behind.
Mhm.
Unless we want to leave the ship
Yeah.
behind, which I guess is technically an option. What I would propose
Yeah.
is we use these 7 days that we're forced to be in town anyway to start our information campaign, because the earlier we start that, the better. Because, hearts and minds aren't going to change overnight.
That makes sense.
Um,
I don't know any way I can help with that. If you can think of any way I can help
I
with magic and or brute strength
can.
or baking,
Huh.
praise Lucifer.
Well, let's workshop it. Let me tell you, we'll throw out what I've got, and then if you guys have other ideas, and then the more that help, the better, because this is going to be a big project and a very important one. First, what you got?
Strategy talk. I don't think sound arguments and logic are going to work. We need to stick to like ad hominem attacks, lies, and propaganda.
Profanity and
Fear-mongering.
slander.
Don't forget the fear-mongering.
Yeah, and fear mongering.
I do intend to use a little showmanship, which is a very sugar-coated
that
word
what
for
you're
all the
calling
things
it?
you just said. But yeah, there's going to be some showmanship involved. I didn't pick up this illusion spell for nothing.
You mean propaganda?
Yeah, literally. What we're doing is propaganda. It just happens to be correct this time. So one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to use my new fancy illusion spell to just make it look like some corrupt things are happening at the sanatorium and the guild. And they'll get dispelled, and people are going to say, oh, it's just an illusion, and the guild says it was just a slanderous attack. So we got to figure out a way to reinforce it, to kind of really get into to make people question whether they can trust the guild. So we've been doing a little bit of our just early seeds, saying like we can't trust the guild. We've done the graffiti. We've been spreading rumors at bars. I think we need to explicitly point out what's going on at the sanitarium. We need to make people really question it. We need to hopefully like get people to be like, hey, let us check out the basement. Like, prove it if you're not guilty. We need to just get people questioning. We need to make people wonder. Another thing that we really need to do is we need to encourage people that if they are not going to abandon the city, which I expect most people won't on a short notice, there needs to be some sort of a sign or a symbol that they can use, like a Passover symbol, so that when Tamrius gets here with all of his goddamn ghouls and skeletons, they don't just fucking murder everyone. And I'm gonna try to have a talk with Tamrius about this, because that is not an acceptable solution in my book.
I imagine the Passover symbol is not being in the city.
Well, right,
at the time.
The problem is there are going to be a lot of people here who are just good, normal people, and they're not going to believe that anything's wrong. They're going to believe that everything is okay until the last second, and then it's going to be too late. And on the one hand, we can say, well, it's their fault for not listening, but like, there's a certain point where we can't expect people to have their hearts and minds changed in the course of 2.5 weeks.
Then I think it's a lot more complicated to give them a symbol that makes zombies not attack them than just to scare them out of the town because, hey, there's a bomb gonna blow up the entire town. You best evacuate.
That could work. What you got in mind?
A bomb. I just said it. There is a bomb in town. Please evacuate. It's not hard.
Okay, I like where this is going.
Try to simplify our solution is what I'm trying to say.
Sure, I'm into it. This is good. Okay.
I ain't gonna say because I can't lie for Doodle.
Sure, we'll have to dress it up a bit. If it's just a bomb, then people are gonna. Well, no, that might do it.
Wait.
Fine.
So you mean we're not actually going to blow up Rush Valley?
Well,
no. So here's the thing: if you want to prove that there's a bomb aboard, like a terrorist attack, you best probably explode something not full of people first, and say there's more.
Okay.
Zach, do you think you could make a magic soapbox that does Zone of Truth? We could have somebody stand on the soapbox.
If we
and,
find the stones,
and then if somebody comes up, that didn't happen, or whatever, we can you stand on the soapbox, or whatever.
Maybe with the proper.
That could be very convincing.
Yeah, with the proper magic stones, perhaps.
It is important to remember that we are wanted criminals in this city, and if we just if we go on a street corner and start shouting, we're gonna get arrested or killed.
Yeah, but if say this uninhabited area full of, say, guild weapons blew up. And then there was a warning saying there are more places with special bombs in them, so you all better get out of here this day or you're going to get blown up, even though there's no real bombs. Then people will leave.
I like it.
I don't like it, but that's the only solution I could come up with.
I like it as a basis. So here's a tip that I always use. The best lies are always as close to the truth as possible, right? What if
there is technically a bomb?
Exactly.
It's the entire symbol.
Exactly. There is literally shady stuff in the city.
But that's the thing about. Yeah. But they won't believe something as crazy as a big symbol that sucks up souls, right? If we make it more believable, tone it down a little, like say it's a bomb, then I guess people will believe it more.
I think we can tone it down, but still keep it closer to the truth. Why don't we say there is a giant monster under the sanatorium and the guild is losing control of it? That is literally the truth. We just have to make it look more apparent than it already is. We have to.
We gotta release the monster?
I don't know if that's safe. I'm worried that people will get very seriously hurt if we do that. But we can.
You have an illusion spell.
Exactly. We can stage a release. We can make it look like there has been an accident at the sanatorium. We can destroy buildings nearby. We can create images of this monster that float through the sky and haunt people, but never actually attack. And even though those will just be illusions, they will be based on truth. And if the guild comes out with a zone of truth and says there is no monster under the sanatorium, they can't do that. They cannot refute that. It also paints them as the bad guys, as the dangerous people, instead of us. Because if we just say there's bombs in the city, the guild's going to be like, oh, these terrorists are planting bombs in the city. They're obviously the bad guys. Anyway, I like this. I like the idea of, like you said, like making it obvious to them that there's a danger in the city. How do we do it? I've got some.
You're the illusionist showman. Yeah. Maybe Sims can do something too, and this car is really good with like, I imagine explosives. And
no, I'm not good with them. I just like them a lot.
oh well, maybe we don't let you handle them for now. Then. You did something before that wasn't super harmful. Oh my gosh, can't believe I'm gonna bring this up. You were making them Kuato all fuzzy in the mind with some drugs.
That's a great idea.
Drug the watering hole.
Drug them, make them.
What if we go to the taverns and the inns that are nearest to the sanatorium, and we start drugging the water, and we release a rumor that says the crazy monster in the sanatorium has an aura of insanity, and like people will be like, oh shit, I just drank next to the sanatorium last week and I went crazy. Like that's good. I like it.
Right, and also Tough has maybe ghost things
I'm
he
into
could
it.
do, maybe. I don't know what all Tough can do, but maybe he can pretend to be the monster. He grows big for a little bit,
One thing that we definitely need
shake
for
the
sure,
ground little.
because we can't be on the street corners like preaching all these things ourselves, I think we need to find a way to distribute like leaflets or pamphlets of some sort. And making printed things is very hard. Does anybody have like, I don't know, you're good at crafting, can you make a bunch of pamphlets?
Sorry, I was pushing the wrong button. Let me check my proficiency real
Good.
quick. I don't think I have anything
For sure.
for making pamphlets, but what I can do is carpentry, and paper is just wood.
Sort of.
Really thin pieces of wood. You want that wood burning done? I can do that.
I was gonna say, I know
touch
there
touch
is
and go.
magic to just like make things. I don't know if you've got anything like that. Wait, do I have anything like this?
Well, I tend to use my hands for that. Well, here's the thing. I can sew a bunch of stuff.
Oh my god, can you cross stitch
get
a bunch
fabric.
of the guild is lying, save your lives and evacuate the city? Cross stitch.
Yeah, I can do that. Sure.
Make some quilts and hang them from clotheslines around the city.
I could also make a wooden sign
That's
that
our
says
next line of merch.
Yep, we did it.
Can you make a
the other
sandwich
thing-
board that would fit a kobold?
Yeah, that's just a plank of wood. Real thin like. Another suggestion was maybe hammer together them wooden words, form a sign, and then set it on fire so everyone can read it. Like,
Don't like this one, but I can't really express why.
Right. This one just has a vibe. There's an aura about this one.
what, burning letters?
Oh,
What? We ain't got neon invented yet. So
we do have light though, right?
light spell, yeah, one target at a time.
Well,
How do we not have Skywrite?
Carve a Z into the countryside.
we do have Skywrite. I will prepare that, and I'm going to put it high enough that it can't be dispelled this time. I also bought a bunch of things back in Anduin that are going to basically be like pop-up graffiti that we can put in very prominent locations. But yeah, the big thing I think is making sure that we just sow these seeds of doubt, and then we start to inspire more of that doubt by illustrating what the guild has actually been doing. So if anybody has other ideas for how to do it, chime in. Otherwise, I think we've got a good plan of action started.
The only other idea I came up with is maybe we write a play and we perform it, and it's allegorical to what's actually going on.
Okay.
And it becomes really popular, and people we'll just run for a couple of weeks, and then people are paying top dollar. We're selling the place out, and then we all find our passion.
I don't think we have the time for that.
Oh.
I like it though. When this is all said and done, we'll make a story about all of this.
Oh, thanks out of the rack for a 13-month sub.
Right?
You guys are so crazy.
That's 2 people. Holy crap. Sorry, crud.
It's probably more.
You can say okay.
Can we look at who's been subbed to us for what?
All right. There's a lot going on here. I don't know how much we want to explicitly walk through, or if we just want to like do a big list of all these things, or do it as like a skill contest.
We're going to walk through every single one individually.
Hell
If
yeah.
you fuck up a single one, you die.
Let's do it.
So, cross stitch and big ol' soft hankies.
Yeah. I think that is the core of the message here. Is we come up with a very
giving handkerchiefs, and they're all embroidered with "Don't trust the guild."
Love it.
Can you make me a couple of sandwich boards, like 5 or 6 of them?
Absolutely.
What you gonna do with them? I'm intrigued.
They need to say on them, in both common and draconic, something like the guild is lying, or the guild is hiding something.
Yes.
What don't they want you to know?
Yes.
But that's not it. I'm not just going to put these on and walk around town. I'm going to cover them in blood and hide them in alleys.
I love this.
Oh.
I love this a lot. This is very up my alley. That's basically what I'm planning to do with these graffiti bombs. Again, we're just sowing the seeds of dissent and doubt.
I can make the sandwich boards. You can put the sign on that says it in common draconic. I don't speak or write draconic. I can write a few letters. Ain't very good with it so far.
Alright. I'm going to make a list of all the things we're doing. We got sandwich board. We got pamphlets. We got graffiti bombs. We have a big, showy Mirage Arcana, where I'm going to make it look like the monster has kind of escaped, or that there's weird, tingly, gross stuff crawling out from the sanitarium and the guild.
I hate to point it out, but you used Mirage Arcana and can't use it until the end of the week.
Wasn't that before the Sunday rest? Hang on, I got a thing for this.
7th.
Was it the 7th? Shoot.
Oh wait, no, you probably got it back then. Yeah, we got it back. You're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used my spell slot to teleport. That's why it's gone.
Right.
I was wondering, like, huh?
Yeah. Because I used mine.
And I used it again to teleport to Anduin.
Yep. Ugh. Tapped. Alright. I'm making a list. I'm checking it twice.
Is you naughty or nice? So, Iskar's drugs.
Okay, so I don't know. I don't know how to do this.
I don't either.
I've had a long time to think about it, and I've still not come up with an idea. So, I guess the whole point of all of this is essentially just to make sure that there's as few casualties in the city as possible.
Correct. And maybe even just get, like, I don't think we're going to get anyone on our side, but yes, we're minimizing casualties among innocent people.
Yeah. So by the time this whole thing happens, everyone's hopefully evacuated, and or also, even if they're not on our side, have started questioning the guild.
Yeah. Evacuated would be ideal. Second best is staying safe in their homes, huddled up, not being killed by skeletons, not interfering. And I'll probably have to talk to Tamrius and the others to figure out a way that, like if you see this sign, it means they're on your side. Please don't kill them. Which might be a
I
hard
don't know if
sell.
zombies are smart enough
Yeah.
to be like, hey.
I mean, some of them clearly are, but I don't know if all of Tammy's are. I need to have a talk with Tamrius to see what he can do about this whole nonsense. And I figure it's going to be a hard sell, but he owes me one.
What's he owe you?
Oh, look, Tuff's got a good rhyme. Tuff can be our rhyme master.
Are you deflecting? I know deflection when I see it.
Can you give us a freestyle about why the guild is bad?
Oh my god.
I feel like that would be really convincing.
Can this be the musical segment, where he just breaks into song? And he does a rap bit? Wow, there's this really jingly cart passing by for some reason in our ambience. Okay. We got pamphlets. We got sandwich boards. We got a big illusion to make it look like creepy shit's coming out of the guild and the sanatorium. We got a talk with Tamrius to convince him that the skeletons should not hurt innocent people. I've got
zombies.
Skywrite that I'm going to put high enough that it can't be dispelled, but I'm sure they're still going to fuck with it one way or the other. And I'll invest some magic into...
The last time they didn't dispel it, they just skywrote back.
Yeah, they added, like, free cookies or some shit like that.
Yeah. And that was pretty easy to tamper with. It was pretty high.
I'll make sure to save some extra spell slots so that I can counter their counter.
Do you think we should find out what happened to Ammon in the first place? Last we saw, his body was absorbed into the thingy. Also, we gotta find lots of drugs.
Oh, the drugs plan.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't know how much of that I actually carry around.
Yeah, we might have to
Maybe not
find
enough for this
more.
plan.
If we need to find drugs, I'm pretty confident I can find us drugs. I'm good at that sort of thing.
Can you paint drugs?
Probably
not. Based on the street price, it depends.
Yeah, I don't know. Can I paint drugs? If not, I can find a supplier
No.
to just buy drugs.
You know what?
You could
25 gold.
Try and find a supplier. Or, but I also do need Thackeray to give me a carpenter's check to start putting together the sandwich boards and stuff.
Sick.
Sure.
Yeah. By the way, Iron Dragon Tale and Anthology does not support or endorse the use of hallucinogenic drugs.
Yes, please don't do
Sorry,
that.
physician.
17. Gives it the start.
Yeah, you can put together a couple sandwich boards and things pretty quickly.
These are ready for painting words on.
Perfect. I have 15 of these Skywrite fireworks. We'll pop a few of these tonight, and we'll do the sandwich boards tonight. Get things rolling.
I just need some blood now. Thack, stab me.
You
have to, Stack. Do it.
Wait. No, I made for this.
Okay.
No, we should probably not use real blood. That's a lot of real blood. And they can use it to potentially identify us later.
They already have.
We'll use animal blood then.
Oh, yeah, they do just have all of our blood, don't they?
Yeah, they kind of do have all of our blood already.
Yeah. We can go get some fish blood. Let's go find some big fish.
DNA. They can smell fish blood, though.
Yeah, fish blood is going to smell weird. It's going to smell fishy.
Why don't I just paint some blood?
Yeah, paint some blood.
I'll paint some blood.
Can you paint blood?
I'll paint a bucket of blood.
What? DNA ain't really a thing we know in this world. So
No, but we do know that magic can use blood to associate somebody to somebody else. Like,
I know, but here's the thing: if speaking of someone who does know what DNA, if you paint blood, does it have DNA?
I don't know what happens when I try to paint a giant bucket of blood.
It probably just turns into paint.
Okay, I'm into that. If it looks like blood, it'll work. Here we go. Here's our blood.
Here,
paint.
I have lots of
Imagine
blood.
and smells and
Siphons a
tastes.
little bit of blood out of everyone in the world and puts it in the same bucket.
Ooh.
Like
That's a
it can't
bad
just
way
be
of
red paint.
But you know,
It needs to look and smell and decay and dry like blood and all,
Well, then I have to cook anyway. Can someone just get some pigs?
There you go.
oh my god, we're gonna have so much bacon.
We're gonna get so much bacon. We're gonna have some pork chops, some leg of ham,
All right.
and whatever else you make with pigs.
Who wants to go find and kill a boar with me?
Okay.
All right, let's do it.
Iskar's a great hunter.
I was going to say, I kind of expected this to be like an Iskar Tough thing. I'm kind of afraid of Cricket and Simmons trying to hunt a boar.
I refuse to go. I want to see this.
Okay. How are they gonna bring the boar back, guys? I don't think they
I
can
can carry
a
it.
boar.
Hey.
Oh yeah, you're
carry
strong.
it.
You got
I've got
you
this.
got your gloves.
I've got my buddy now. I've got my scarf. My scarf can carry it.
Oh, your scarf can carry.
Yeah, damn right. Look at my scarf can pick you up, and it does. It wraps around you and picks you up.
Ooh, 420 pounds of no?
420 pounds in all.
20.
I don't think you can pick up Dak.
Shit, hang on, I gotta go look.
Check out
It's
your
got
weight
18
limit,
strength,
my
but-
friend.
Scarf is just struggling.
I don't think 18 strength can pick up.
Oh yeah,
500
you can
pounds.
pick up. You
Yeah.
can pick up.
I have to move
Oh,
at half.
shit.
I have to move at half speed, but I can.
Oh, that's his encumbered. Yeah, he could struggle. Like, look, I'm being picked up. This is great. It's
Yeah.
like a hammock.
Strength
Hammock?
times 15 is as much as you can pick up with no penalties, but then you can double that as long as you move half speed.
Ah.
Anyway, let's go.
So-
Come on, let's
So
go kill a
double
boar.
that as long as you have happy.
Let's go find and kill a boar.
How heavy can a
Alright.
boar be?
How hard could it possibly be?
600-pound boar over there.
Let's see, how much does Dandy have strength? I forget.
Andy's there.
Dandy only has an 8.
While they're doing that, I'm gonna maybe put on a nice disguise and go to a butcher shop and just buy something.
You traitor! Oh, ye of little faith.
You just buy blood from the butcher.
You totally can.
Yeah.
They do
Why?
it
Why would they
for fishing?
that?
Fishers use blood a lot.
You can also make bunch of food with blood,
Blah.
like blood pudding, black pudding,
Blech.
white pudding. They do it.
No.
They also make that in the Philippines. Some weird fry. It's like grilled blood cubes.
Is Thackeray a vampire now? I'll have to
I
check.
don't know if that he probably
Divine sensing. God needs to tell
has
me.
tried it.
Alright, so you guys head into the forest to search for a boar.
He definitely-
No, is he a vampire? I need to know.
I also need to know.
This is too silent. I don't like it. Let's go get the boar.
Alright, we go into Elwyn Forest.
Somebody give me I guess a survival check to try and track a boar.
Oh my
Oh
god.
no,
Alright, here we go.
he get lost for 3 days.
Oh wow, Dandy's not good at this either.
It's okay.
Well-
I think I see some tracks over here. Maybe, or it might be a dog. I can't tell.
Is it Buddy?
Yeah. You start kind of searching the island for a while, and you just can't find a boar. You eventually like come across a couple of deer, but it has babies with it, and you feel bad.
I can't do that.
Like-
Oh.
We need something. We need something that is juicy, full of blood, and eat. Where's the seagull nest?
Ow!
Ooh, it's like fried chicken, but better because
Yeah. All right.
Seagulls don't taste good.
Fuck the boar. Let's go find a seagull. A giant seagull.
Yeah, let's do it.
I know where their nest is.
We know where they live.
Exactly. They can't hide from me.
How are we gonna
Alright.
get blood
You
on
guys
a seagull?
gonna start heading out looking for some seagulls. There's plenty.
Oh, thank God. I just massacre about 30 seagulls.
All right, let's.
A 30d20.
Wait. Before that's going to take them a while. In the meantime, we're going to go ahead and paint our sandwich boards and get them deployed. Wait, we'll wait till night for that.
Okay,
I
sandwich
want them to
boards.
come back covered in seagull blood and feathers.
No,
And
what
then
is
our
this?
project's already done.
Seagull.
Sequels.
Oh.
I couldn't find a seagull token, so we're using a dragon token.
Use a dragon.
And stats.
It's okay. It's a good thing you're bringing lots of seagulls back, because, like, I think the baby dragons need to eat a lot anyway.
Yeah, what have we been feeding them?
They've just been hunting on their own for the most part.
Oh, we should have got them to go get a boar.
So you're not totally sure what they've been eating.
They ate all the boars on
Imagine,
the island, and that's why we can't.
imagine mostly fish.
There is right now, at this very moment, a placard in the guild hall that is looking for adventurers to find the young dragons that have been snatching farmers' pigs out of their house, and go find and kill them. And some adventurers are going to come here and going to kill us all dead, just like we did to those hobgoblins. Oh, how
All
the
right.
table turns
Cricket, you're first.
dead. I'm first.
Wait, sorry. Simmons should be first.
Go for it, Sin.
Why am I first?
Got 15.
Initially rolled a 12, but okay.
Well, then both of you roll again. Or I'll go first.
Where's my character sheet? Yeah, it's over here. I'm smart.
There you go. You go ahead.
Okay. It was. Oh, I have to backseat that. Actually being
It is
into
black.
back. Why are you doing that?
Because it's a
well
dragon.
then-
I mean, a seagull.
I'm gonna get on Dandy because Dandy can fly. And then go over here. And
13 misses, but 18 and 24 hit.
did it die yet?
No.
Oh wait, I have a thing.
Seagulls have hundreds of hit points. It's going to take a minute. Watch out for their breath weapon.
It has started to bleed.
Is this considered a fiend or undead? It's probably a fiend, right?
No. Oh, don't do that.
I'm wasting my resources on a seagull. You should be wanting me to do that.
Oh, that was quick. I just pulled up
Okay.
the battle music.
You chop off this thing's head and it falls to the ground and starts bleeding out all over the grass.
Oh no, we're losing all of it. Cricket, help!
No, no,
Get
no,
a bucket.
I tilt the neck up so it stops bleeding all of its precious, precious blood.
It's like a nosebleed.
Uh-huh. Just kind of I put a sack over it. I tie it off as best as I can. All right, let's get this thing over to the portal.
Okay.
Ah, no, it's everywhere.
Nice.
We just come back and we're both completely
Coated. Yup.
full of blood.
What did
And
you
feathers.
kill?
And
Looks like the end of
feathers, don't
Carrie.
forget.
And they said we'd never amount to anything.
We showed them we did it. It's not a bore, but it's better.
All right. Let's make sure
Guys,
we...
we asked for a boar.
Well,
Can't make bacon with a seagull.
no, but we can make
Try.
delicious chicken tendies.
True.
You ever tasted a seagull?
Gonna find out.
Seagull tendies.
You guys do find that around the seagull's neck there had been a little collar that said Brutus.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
You're not gonna make us feel sympathy for a
Nope,
seagull. I'm
not
sorry.
gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen. They are garbage birds.
I think you killed Maple's pet.
Oh, hell no. I'm not bringing that shit down. If I see that collar, I am throwing that into the ocean before we take this back. Brutus got eaten by a shark.
You guys get your blood. And yeah, that's
We did it. Apparently, seagulls
Hooray.
are not just bad, they are one of the worst tasting birds, according to the internet.
Wonderful.
that's not surprising. Their diet consists of stale fries primarily.
Trash and birds. Okay.
But yeah,
Sandwich board's complete. The fireworks are ready to go. We can use more of this blood for the pamphlets as we go.
On the pamphlets?
Yeah, we gotta have that consistent branding, you know?
Also, a stack of vampire. I use Divine Sense, you know.
No, but Daru definitely is.
God damn it, Baru. Every time I think you can't get worse. No, I'm kidding.
I've been just letting him nibble my arm every now and then. Thought it was okay.
No. How do you think vampires work, Thak? Gosh.
Well, they can't
No,
come
no,
in.
see, it's fine. I don't bite. I scrape and lick.
What?
Bats do.
Like a leech.
Not a tree, and that's not syrup, you weirdo.
Okay, that wasn't meant to be gross. It's just
Billy
a
Mandy.
cartoon reference. None of you fuckers watch Billy and
Yeah.
Mandy with Black
No, I
Dracula?
know, yeah, Black Dracula. He scrape and lick. Dracula don't suck.
I was forbidden from watching The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy by my mom.
Is it because the skeleton?
Yeah. She also wouldn't let me watch Ed and Eddie because she thought it was gross.
Kind
Ed
of.
and Eddie was
She's not
gross
wrong.
and terrible.
Double D's just dread. Double dread.
So, anyways, yeah, there's you guys have bloody pamphlets and some bloody signboards.
Awesome. Over the next couple of nights, I think we just kind of do some stealth missions, plant those in prominent places. I'll use the Skyward fireworks to sense a similar message. The guild is lying to you. The guild is hiding things in the sanatorium, under the guild house. Just lots of things to kind of spark even more doubt, continuing this graffiti campaign that we've already been doing, but getting a lot more bold with it, putting it in more prominent locations, putting it in the middle of like a busy street corner. Just really starting to make a buzz. Don't trust the guild. The guild is hiding things. The guild has evil plans for the turn of the year. Things like that.
All right. I want you to make a persuasion roll, DC 21.
Oh! Alright, here we go.
Don't get your dragon bonus here.
Legit.
Fuck.
Woo!
All right. The sky rates seem to be fairly effective. Give me another DC 18 persuasion check.
You're miserable.
It's what I do, guys.
I'm gonna have to increase this DC a little. All right, give me DC 28
Here we
persuasion
go.
roll.
Here we go. Alright. Big boy leads
Guys.
now.
Daru, oh, I don't think it made it. Even with Daru's guidance.
Yeah.
Roll
Alright.
anyway.
You
The
need to feel inspired, Cricket. You seem tired.
Are you inspiring it?
Sure. Do it.
No!
Don't forget your D4.
Alright.
D4 might do it.
No!
All right. The pamphlets unfortunately do not go over very well. Probably because you used fucking blood. So you just
The pamphlets.
which isn't great for writing on paper, which is very absorbent. So you just kind of handed out bloody sheets of paper that were illegible.
Did we
Yeah.
fucking write the pamphlets with blood?
Yeah.
We used blood on it.
You should have consulted me on my own plan, fellows. That was not the point.
The Kobold signboard, however, does go over pretty well, and the sky rates do seem to work very effectively.
Excellent.
Yay.
I think that the kobold population
worked
actually
so
took very
hard
nicely to
on
the pamphlets.
Well, the idea was they have to read it. No one's gonna read bloody stuff. I
Yeah.
embroidered those.
Okay. Next time we'll
Oh.
skip the blood on that round.
The blood was to make it look like whoever was wearing the sandwich boards was killed and silent.
Ooh, I like it.
Oh.
Once we've kind of started
Did you
generating...
not get that?
I just thought it was kind of like an ominous branding thing.
I just thought we were getting.
No!
Why would you brand Cricket? We can't brand it with blood. People will think we're evil. Why do you think I say don't bloodlet?
Okay, you guys are right.
It's
You guys are right. This was a goof. This one's on me.
you're the showman, Cricket.
Next time, do we have to write it in tears? That way they know that we're sad.
All right.
Just regular ink.
2 for
We're gonna
3.
mix tears into the ink.
2 for 3 ain't bad. We've got some buzz
2 for
going.
3 is not bad.
All right. Once we've got some buzz
Nothing a bunch of
generated,
psychopaths.
as we're going into the weekend and we're about to get our long rest, I am going to use Mirage Arcana from the safety of the island, looking out over this city. And I kind of just want this just gloom and dark, I don't know, this dark aura to kind of just slowly emanate out from the guild and the sanitarium. Little weird black tendrils are going to crawl along like veins from the ground until they kind of go through the cobblestone streets. There's going to be a slow trickle of blood that like crawls through the cobblestone out from those buildings. Weird noises, terrible like unearthly moans and roars and growls from the sanatorium. I'm just doing everything I can to make it look like something weird is going on at the sanatorium and the guild. Some weird, spooky, evil shit.
Okay.
Got that ambient Halloween sounds cassette tape playing.
Yeah.
All right, you can actually do sounds and smells. Cool.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna try to make it last the whole 10 days because I know they're gonna dispel it. And if people if they have time to walk out and say, hey, look, it's magic, we're gonna dispel it and do it, that's gonna be very convincing. So I just want it to be kind of an instantaneous, like something that happens over the course of maybe 3 or 4 minutes, and then I make it fade away naturally. That way, there's nothing left for them to dispel and kind of like, I don't know. I don't want them to ruin this by dispelling it.
Here's a question though: how many people are going to see this?
I'll
in
do
4
it.
minutes?
I'll do it at like 5 in the afternoon, 6 in the afternoon, like really prime time hours when lots of people are out and about.
I don't think you can actually fade it in and out. It's just kind of it's there or it's gone.
Oh shit! You know what? I think you're right.
Yeah. Unless you're an illusionist wizard.
Yep.
Which
Good
makes
call.
the spell the most broken shit.
It's real good. All right, then I'll leave it, but I'll just make it so that the final thing looks. I don't know. Yeah, I'll go with what I got. I just won't be able to fade it out at the end. Actually, Thack, if you want, this could be the part where you're helpful. What if we execute this from like we hide out somewhere in the city, and when you see a mage getting ready to step up from the guild and dispel it, well, you'd have to be close to counterspell. You can't counterspell from that far away, can you?
You
I
want me
can
to get
do it.
close? Yeah, he can do it.
Can you?
Also, you want me to
Distant counterspell.
Distant counterspell?
You
He's very
forget how
good at it.
powerful of a sorcerer I am, Cricket.
I do it. Let's do this shit. Here, have a bardic and come with me, and I'll help you sneak close enough. And if they bring somebody out to try to dispel it, we can counterspell their dispel magic.
Okay.
Pick a 5-digit range between 1 and 100.
Oh my goodness. 71 through 75. Oh, it's close.
Oh, real close. Yeah, so you guys pull up the illusion, and it lasts for a little while. Unfortunately, it does eventually. Well, should look for it, but
Yep, that'll do it.
yeah, it does eventually get spelt. Unfortunately, you guys don't see a mage at the time.
Legit. As soon as it fades, then I'm gonna toss out 1 or 2 of those skyrite fireworks and be like, "What is the guild hiding and what is happening?" and just follow up on that, and then get the fuck out.
All right, give me a stealth check to fire off these fireworks. Alrighty. Yeah, goes off without a hitch.
Sick. Alright. Then we will retreat back, regroup, and presumably rest up and get ready for our trip. We've done some work here.
Did it.
Alrighty. Sit. See, you guys are able to get 3 short rests, so update any mana and other resources that you get back. And yeah, it's I guess yeah, it'll be on Wednesday. Let me just roll for this. All right, Cricket, you do get a sending.
Ooh.
This is from The Voice.
Okay.
And she says that they are all the Legion are going to be getting together to do a kind of preparatory meeting, essentially, to discuss the battle plan. They're going to be doing that next week, 7 days time.
7 days, so that'll be next Wednesday. Okay, perfect. I will inform the rest of the group. Presumably it's going to happen the same way, so maybe after we go talk to your folks with the Titan, we can trek over to the Voice. Oh, do we have a... Can you teleport us there? How are we going to get there?
To the Voice?
Yeah.
I can teleport us once going to Rezik, but going to the Voice, I don't got another teleport. Maybe you can. What circles you got?
Let's see. I don't think I have one to either of those locations. Where is my list of circles? Here it is. Yeah.
Elber. Oh yeah, most of them. I was wondering, like, where's the closest place we got to them?
This Rush Valley. Unless they have a circle that they have not told us about.
Well, you can ask, perhaps.
Sure. In the response to the sending, I'll be like, all right, we'll be there. Do you guys have a circle nearby that we could teleport to?
Yeah, there's an Elber listed there.
Oh, I see it.
Yep.
Elber's further, though, I think.
True, but I think Neo is pointing out that if you go to the wizard there, he might be able to teleport you guys.
Oh, that's
Oh,
legit.
okay.
It's a good call. Try to pull some
Castamere
favors.
can do that. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Just guess.
Who's got the Wand of Tongues? They can ask for a favor. I think
You
it's
talk
used-
better than
Probably
I
up
do.
someone's butt.
Do I? Oh, well, okay, yeah, but... Alright, I'll try it. I'll cast...
Okay to the tongue.
Well, no, okay to the you talk better thing. Simmons is a good talker, too. I don't always have to do the talking.
Well, yeah, but I did talking last time we had to send to somebody.
That's
I
fair.
think.
That's legit.
See, and I would have rolled not very great.
Okay, fair. Alright, I will send to Castamere and be like, hey, I hope everything is okay over there. We're probably visiting soon. Could we buy some teleportation service off of you?
Oh, well, I suppose maybe. Very busy. Friend's been keeping us. Well, suppose you'll see when we get here, or when you get here.
Oh.
Oh,
Which friend? Oh, cool.
presumably. All right. Well, I guess let's go see what
But
this is all about.
If you can get here, I can assist you with a teleport later.
All right. Deal. Good to know.
Excellent. Let's get over there.
All right. I'll gather everybody up. Make sure we got our business done here, and let's bamf over.
We're what? No, we're going to Rezik's place first.
Oh, right. I
Aren't
see
we?
what you're saying. Yeah. Good call. Okay.
Oh, it's only Wednesday. It's not the end of the week yet.
Oh, right. So, okay, yeah.
So we have to go to yeah. I guess then after we do the meeting, then we go meet Rezik.
Alternatively, why don't we go to Castamere now? He teleports us to the Titan. We do our business with the Titan, and then you teleport us to the Voice.
Sure. But we need to ask the Voice to Galders us a piece from there.
No need.
Though I did, but oh,
way ahead of you.
Cool. Okay, then sure. Remember, we only have
I have a rock from the stables at Frostburn.
yeah. Oh, cool. For the Knoll tribe encampment, we only have a thing that goes halfway there, I think.
What do you mean?
An anchor to the Knoll tribe.
Let me see what I got. I probably got something for this.
Yeah. The closest we got, I think, only takes us basically there, but then a day's walk away.
I have a number of options. I believe the one that's going to get us closest is the... Okay, wait, hang on. I'm trying to remember where all of this went down. The Salamander here was before... Was it the Fire Elementals that we fought right next to it? That dropped the Obsidian?
Oh, I have an Obsidian, yeah.
I think that was like a day
that's
away.
Close.
Yeah, I think that was like a day's walk away. So that
Yeah.
would get us close.
A day walk is better than 7 days.
For sure. All right, then. I like this plan. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Good plan.
All right, then I will go ahead and teleportation circle us over to Castamere.
Okay, but you don't.
Uh-oh. Why is that?
Because you need to go to the Knoll encampment.
Okay.
Okay, then we sit in town for 3
No,
more days, and we keep doing our propaganda thing for 4 more days.
Sure.
I mean, we have no way to get there until that happens. Like, we either need Thax teleport
Yeah.
or we need a Castamere teleport.
Does Castamere have Rune Circle there? I mean, Rezik have a Rune Circle over the Knoll encampment? Doubt it.
No.
He
It's
have
not a permanent. It's not really a permanent camp for them.
Yeah, that's true.
They're usually pretty nomadic. It's just that they have the excavation is what's kind of kept them there for as long as they have been.
Do they have access to teleportation circle the spell? Because if they put it down, it works for 24 hours. At least that's what it did last time.
That would work.
Because if so, then we can ask. I can ask Rezik for the runes, send it to Cricket, and that only lasts for that 24 hours. Then we can go, and it expires.
Then we don't need Castamere in this filthy teleport.
Teleportation circle is a 9th level.
5th level spell, so level 9 caster, yeah.
Yeah. Now I gotta pull up Rezik's stat block.
Oh, right, he was like legit a wizard, wasn't he?
Yep.
Sick.
That's the thing.
He might actually have it.
I don't think he was 9th level, but
Yeah, he could have leveled
if
up
he's not,
over the course.
if he's not, somebody else might be in the tribe. So
Did you learn Galderdash?
Yeah, I have it.
If worst comes to worst, we can make a scroll and send it to him.
We cannot make a scroll. It takes months.
Does it? I don't know what trade system's like.
Yeah, Great System will take
I'm-
months to make a scroll.
I'm a stingy Nazi, so when it comes to crafting. Yeah, unfortunately, Ryzik is 6th level.
Oh no, I leveled it up 3 times. Leveled up a lot since then.
No. Not how that works.
No, maybe someone else does. I'll send him a note.
Alright, well, if this plan doesn't work, then we either need to go to Castamere now and get a teleport from him, or we just gotta kill 3 days here in town and then teleport.
You guys can kill 3 days, and in those 3 days,
Can I do downtime in those 3 days?
sure. That'll
I
help
just
me
like to work on.
justify some shit.
Sure, I'll do some downtime, and I'm just gonna work on the book a little more.
Good call. Let me know if you need help.
Yeah, always.
That's actually a very good idea. Yeah, you guys can give me some checks.
Give me
Nobody
that help?
has linguist, right?
No,
No.
nah.
Kind of figured.
I almost took it on Simmons.
Excelente. And guidance. 27. Uh, 32.
Wait, how's that 32?
Yeah, Cricket's helping, so it's
Oh, right, that's
advantage.
Kirk is helping.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Our heads together. The problem here is it's in a weird cipher, and comprehend language doesn't seem to work on it as well, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like a maze. Every time you turn the page, it goes to a different location. But I'm slowly
Yeah.
starting to recognize patterns here and there. I think, or I might be crazy. But there is a method to this madness.
Oh, that's one of the defense mechanisms. It makes you think you're crazy.
There are definitely some patterns that you guys are picking up. Thackeray, give me that 2 more times.
Sure. Cricket, help me.
Will do. I've got enough Bardic to burn, so go for it on all of them. Also, every
Yeah,
time
same.
Drake says Thackeray real fast, it sounds like Thackeray, and I'm like, ooh.
32 again, and one last one.
Okay.
Ooh.
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 Oh.
Okay.
Ooh!
Um,
A 41. It's good Arcana.
it does take all 3 days,
That's fair.
but you guys are making some progress. But the last day in particular, both of you are able to kind of start to compile the actual, essentially start to compile aspects of this like very lengthy ritual. And essentially, you quickly realize that the requirements for this ritual would be impossible for any of you to do currently.
Nuts.
It definitely would be possible, but essentially, it is a ritual of ascension that would allow someone to essentially become a deity or godlike entity.
Hmm.
The ritual.
Do we recognize? Oh, go ahead.
The ritual combines arcane, holy, and natural magics, and essentially requires 333 priests to sing a choir for 24 hours. The ritual requires the wings of a celestial, the soul of a powerful being, and 20,000 gold worth of incense, gems, and chalks.
Good lord.
I imagine this is what we're trying to stop.
Sounds like it. Oh boy.
The ritual requires the womb, powerful being, and 20,000 worth of incense, gems, and chalk. Ooh, wait.
You don't suppose that... Well, I don't know. Is the soul of a powerful being Drafixilon? Is he going to try to consume Drafixilon to become a god himself? Or are they just trying to re-raise Drafixilon through this ritual?
Oh, this is an ascension one.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like it has...
It's kind of specific.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the soul of Drafexilon might still be around, and that's what they're trying to do. But that might cause another Rasavir incident.
Definitely could. It is weird though. I always thought the plan was kind of to reincarnate this corrupted Drafixilon. And is this the only ritual in the book, or is this just the one that we seem to be studying currently?
This appears to be what the book is based around. Obviously, it goes into much more detail about all the specifics required, but for the sake of me not writing out an entire grimoire,
Yeah,
right.
This is what it kind of boils down to.
We got the summary.
Also bear in mind that this book, to your knowledge, has never been in the guild's hands.
Okay, this is a different one.
This is something Mindel was potentially working on.
Yeah.
If he was even using it, I'm still convinced he might have just been a weird collector. But I guess that's a bit of a stretch.
I'd rather this wasn't in his hands.
Yeah, for sure.
That being said, this book, I don't know if it does anything else or if we'll glean anything that'll help us.
Still, we're making good headway. It's good to know.
Yeah. Like, if this entire book is just figuring out this ascension ritual, should we stop? Like, I don't think it has
spells in it, or secrets of anything, or knowledge that we don't already know, or any other knowledge not pertaining to this ritual. Is this true? Have we seen like flipping across this? Does it all seem related to the Ascension ritual?
It seems to be anything that you guys have been able to piece together that makes any sort of coherent sense. Does seem to be related to this Ascension.
Then at the very least, it's probably unrelated to what we're doing right now, and we can save it.
Yeah.
You know me. I'm of
Okay,
the belief
so-
that powerful things are not inherently dangerous on their... Well, not inherently evil on their own. They're just dangerous in the wrong hands.
Yeah, and the problem is the most people who want this are the wrong hands.
Right.
We shouldn't
I
let
want
them
it.
have that option.
But wouldn't it be cool if I was a god Thak? Like,
Yeah,
that'd be
that's
kinda
what I was
cool.
thinking. Am I the wrong hands?
I think anyone who wants this is the wrong hands. You need to take the wings off a celestial already. You're gonna rip the wings off an angel?
Technically, we already did.
We did kill it. Yeah, we did.
Take the wings off?
You saw them, they had plenty of wings to spare.
I mean, I definitely have some of their teeth and feathers.
Yeah. And sacrifice the soul of a powerful being?
I mean, could I just use mine? Does that count?
I'm just saying, this isn't stuff meant for people.
The contrast between your two characters on this particular
Right?
subject is hilarious.
It's so ridiculous hearing the shit from Frisk when he plays Lotigan and Nomad, and it's like trying everything he can to become a god.
Nomad is like, I am God because I need to control the world because there's so many things to fix. Lodigan is like, I fucked up so much, I need to go get do stuff to make up for it. And that requires me being a god because I fucked up way so much.
I set up so many like power trip fantasy things for this campaign for Frisk, and he is just wanting down every single one of them.
It must hurt you. It must
You
hurt you
don't
deep down inside.
understand. You don't understand what this is doing to me, Drake.
God, I feel so
I am
bad,
playing
but also
I am playing a wizard who can.
When this is all said and done, if everybody is trustworthy and trusting and okay with it, perhaps we can take this back to Daybreak where they'll keep it safe and where there are maybe someone really good and powerful there could use it to potentially look into becoming a deity of some sort. Or hide it away forever so that nobody uses it.
If a good person exists in this world, they will destroy this.
Oh, would he though?
Yeah.
I think you're right.
This requires sacrifice.
Yeah. No, you're
What
right.
could sacrifice the soul? And would just keeping it so that someone else would try and get it to become a god, that's inviting people to try and use it. Why let temptation exist when we can remove it?
No, you're right.
powerful soul doesn't mean it has to be a good soul.
I was going to say, it could be like an evil dragon or something. Like, there are options here.
Yeah.
But I agree. Right now, it's not important to us, and right now, it's probably more dangerous to keep messing with us or messing with it than not to.
Yeah.
So maybe for now, let's shelf this book, keep it somewhere safe, and we can sort it out when the world is saved.
Inner Frisk just kind of wants to keep working in the book and become a god. By finding 333 priests to sing. I've already got access to a celestial.
Inner Feck cries at the thought of destroying advanced technology. And also kind of wants to give this to Arby.
I know, Inner Frisk wants to give it to Arby too, but I also don't want Arby to become god.
Yeah. Anyway. Okay, we've made our decision. We've killed 3 days. I think it's about time for us to go see the voice, right? Or the Titan.
Yeah.
All right.
See the
Right.
Titan. So we're gonna use this piece of fire element, magma elemental, I believe it was.
Yep.
To teleport us a day away from Rezik's place, and we're gonna march the rest of the way.
Yep.
Make sure everyone's with us.
So we do an old-fashioned teleport to the Titan. When we're done with the Titan, I circle us over to Castamere, and then Castamere will teleport us using the rock from the stables back over to the voice in time for our conference call.
Yeah, one at a time though.
Yep. Let's do it then.
Let me mark that I've used my 7th level spell for the week. And remove 10 mana. What 7th level spells are worth 10 mana? Boop, 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 boop. We are there.
All right. The teleportation goes off, and
More.
give me a D100.
Do we need a D100?
I think so.
We have an
We have
anchor.
an anchor. It auto succeeds.
I don't care about your anchor.
That's legit. If we gotta roll it, we gotta roll it. But
Okay. That's a 4 on the D100.
it's okay. We got an anchor.
Hey, 15 damage.
Okay, you guys arrived safely.
Yay!
Just chasing the
Yay.
rabbit.
Whoop.
Whoop.
Oh, that didn't hurt last time.
I was gonna say you're getting the hang of it. That went well.
I don't know. Part of me said I rolled a 4 out of 100.
Fair.
But yeah, you guys arrive just a little ways outside of the camp, landing in kind of the rocky desert mountains. And you guys are able to kind of just make the quick walk over to the encampment. There's the big wooden barricade around the camp. And you guys are kind of questioned by a couple of gnolls who guard the outpost. But they quickly kind of recognize you, and they particularly notice Dak and the scars, and allow you guys all in.
Perfect.
Nice.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
You've got my mother. I was wondering if Rezik was around.
We'll fetch him just a moment.
Sure.
They quickly run off and go fetch Rezik, as well as a couple of the other kind of I guess elders, and start informing the camp that you've arrived, as well as Vo has been
Yeah.
returned.
I kind of hold her hand. I'm excited. It's been a while since you've been here, huh? It's okay. We got Rari, so we can talk.
It's good to be home. You guys do notice that there are a couple of giants that kind of come out of the cave, hauling very large stones, and they just kind of toss them very kind of nonchalantly into a large, continually growing pile.
Holy heck. They're doing business.
A handful of others start, other gnolls and things come out, along with a couple of oxen pulling several kind of mine carts that are also carrying a bunch of like stone and other materials as they continue the excavation.
You ever think you'd see someone dig your grave for you?
What?
Just saying, that's what they think they're doing.
Is
Dark.
it?
It's dark cricket.
Kids, can you lighten up a little?
If they bury you, do want to keep the hat on? I feel like you want to keep the hat on.
I'd like to keep the hat. Or you can put it like on the gravestone.
This will not happen for decades. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Should I just go tell them that they're
Eh.
digging a hole for no reason?
Well, it sounds like we might have an alternative, some way to turn this thing on without it, or without that.
Well, they did say, well, you know, the gods, when I asked if there was a method for which, like, I could do this without dying, and they said yes.
Be good to get some more information then.
Yeah.
Whatever you do
Eventually.
in here, don't make any commitments. All right? I know that. I don't know. Don't make any commitments that you don't know if you can keep.
Who are you talking to here?
Easily pressured McEasily pressured pants. I'm worried about you. Come on.
I'm Mr. Responsible.
All right. Okay.
Mr. Self-sacrifice when you shouldn't, so...
No one's sacrificing nobody today.
Good.
All right.
Except for that bitch, Susie.
What's she doing this?
All right. Let's go see what they got going on.
Hey, Susie's my mom's name. What's going on here?
Sorry, I couldn't remember that. I couldn't remember the bitch from yesterday or last session. It was Sunflower or something.
Sunny,
Oh yeah, Sunny.
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 Yeah. Her name was Sunflower, shortened to Sunny. I have never met so many so much immediate hatred for a character.
Well, she's a
I will
terrible
destroy
monster,
her.
and I'll kill her.
No!
Then I'll do it.
The point of the story was she was really scared of the fact, and she had to go along with it because she thought he was gonna hurt her. She's technically a victim here.
Ugh. Okay.
The moral of the story is that she was emotionally manipulative and led you along like all women do.
Okay. Oh,
I'm sorry, stream. Philo was hurt.
Somewhere in the middle of that, there is some truth to be found. Somewhere in between these 2 points.
Both genders do this. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's true. I wasn't hurt by a woman.
Yeah.
Just thoroughly grossed out.
Just a little girl. Okay, that didn't hurt, I guess. Just
That's
a little gross.
that story we can't tell on Twitch. So let's move
No.
on.
Yeah. So
I haven't
anyway,
heard the story. I'll have to hear it later.
Yeah, we'll tell it later. But yeah, Rezik
Why do you
does show
keep
up.
making me relive it?
Because you keep bringing it up. Now, Rezik shows up and is very happy to see Bo and Thackeray together and both alive. Quickly comes over, and Bo kind of gestures and makes it very clear that like she can't talk.
I should be
Give
able
me
to.
10 minutes. Oh yeah, you can do
I
that.
should be able to fix that soon. Yeah.
For now, we've been doing this, and he cast Raris to include Rezik in it.
Great, now I can have a conversation with myself.
Yes.
I'm not going
You
to
can
do
just
it
say they
on
immediately
stream.
make out. They don't talk.
Yeah, they just immediately have sex right in front of all of you.
Ugh. I can't
very
be a part of this.
uncomfortable.
Let's go.
This is payback for what you guys did to me last time.
What did we do last time?
Made me think about my parents.
But no, they have a very nice reunion. They both cry a little bit. They're very happy to see each other safe, or relatively speaking. And they're also very happy to see you, though they do kind of both try and hide the fact that they are related to you.
Yeah.
Just to maintain that guys.
Oh, okay.
It's okay if Zach's hands are full anyway.
Well, what?
What?
Simon's like gay.
Gay.
I've got so much bread. So many bread and loaves.
I don't want to be bread.
You're gonna get kneed on.
That wasn't where I thought that sentence was gonna go.
Where did you learn that language? I didn't teach you that language. Is it Billy from school?
Kneed? Like dough, like dough.
Well, it's good to see all of you, especially you, Thackeray. I'm glad you're all safe, and I guess you're all here to see how progress is coming.
Yeah, times are running out, and I suppose I wanted to see how things were going.
It is. Well, you might as well show you all. But if you need to rest, no, I'll come with. It's finally seeing you again. I don't want to end it immediately.
That's so romantic.
Gay.
So the two of them start to lead you guys down the tunnel. Kind of just starts to fill you guys in on the current events that have been happening. The Giants have been fantastic in assisting with the excavation. Really, the Titan's almost ready to be moved, for better or worse. Should be ready with at least a few weeks' time to make any preparations. I've also been informed about the planned assault, I guess we'd call it, on Rush Valley to deal with this ritual. our people are not warriors. Well, we're warriors, but we have few in number that would be able to assist. So our best contribution is going to be this Titan, but that rests on your shoulders, I'm afraid.
Don't worry, we're figuring out a way to handle this without as much stress on me as possible.
All right. Oh. Just don't push yourself with it. Again, we don't know for sure how it functions, but I do know that it requires a great amount of energy, and it's likely to cause some backlash, I guess is the best way to explain it. But anyways, you'll see it for yourself, I suppose.
I've done it before, Thak. It's not that bad. You just get a little bit dizzy.
Christ, I forgot
what?
about that.
Yeah.
What?
When he piloted like the devil mining machine.
You guys remember my demon go-kart?
Yeah, that's like a mini Titan.
The blood-powered exosuit from Alien.
Perfect.
But yeah, you guys are able to kind of make the walk. Again, this tunnel is extremely long. It takes about a mile. It's like a mile walk. And eventually it opens up into a very large cavern that is even larger now. And you can see that there is a large, essentially, Titan. It's, just a huge entity made of primarily metal. It's mostly been excavated. A couple of its limbs are still kind of partially buried, but the torso, waist, and thighs are all kind of excavated completely. Most of the upper arms have been freed from the rock and earth.
Wow, that's more of it than last time.
You don't suppose there's enough of it uncovered that you could try to, like, power it? Move one of those arms, maybe?
Well, mind if I identify it? I think I've done this before.
You can give it a shot.
Sure. I'm gonna climb up to an exposed part, put a hand on it, and try and identify it. Let's see if we can figure something out about it we haven't before.
All right. Give me an Arcana check.
Sure. Cricket can have a buff.
Absolutely. Do you want some? Actually, I don't know if I can help with this one, but
D4. Yeah, no, I don't think. Just a.
But yeah,
It's a bird.
I'll go up and help and inspire.
A 30.
31.
35.
Good lord.
Come on, big boy. Tell me your secrets.
Okay. So with a 35, you first of all, you can find out where you would typically pilot and operate this thing from, and you're able to kind of step inside. It
Oh, hello.
Essentially, what it does is it runs on a combination of your life force and mana.
Okay.
You can kind of give up either mana or some of your life in order to activate its various functions, which are essentially just kind of attacking. It's able to move freely, but any sort of attacks would either drain your mana or your life force, and it's kind of your choice of which.
Okay, that makes sense.
Also, importantly, this is is immutable. It cannot be transformed by any sort of polymorph type spell or any other spell that would alter
Ooh.
its form. It has magic resistance, and it is a siege monster. While you are inside, you are not susceptible to any direct damage. However, any damage that the statue does take, you take as well.
Oh, cool. Am I considered wearing it in this case?
I'm not really.
I love
No.
5th edition. This is the best part of
Come
5th
on.
edition.
So notably, this thing does have damage immunity to a lot of shit. It is immune to cold, fire, poison, psychic, bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical, non-adamantine weapons.
Oh.
And importantly, it also has damage resistance, or not damage resistance, but damage reduction of 30.
Oh, okay. Good. I was about to say, like, what's to stop 40 young adventurers with a +1 sword from just hitting you and killing you? But that helps a lot.
Yeah.
Damage resistance, man. It's like the Great Armor Master, but not shite.
Yeah,
The
basically.
heavy master. Heavy.
Notably, this thing is also huge and clunky and extremely a little unwieldy. You would not be able to like enter buildings or anything like that. But yeah, that's kind of it.
Right, that comes out how it works. A little bit.
Hell yeah. You think we could give it a test run and see what it's like?
Ooh, not here. Not in a collapsible cave.
That's legit.
Yes, I'll just be going now, thank you.
Totally
It's
fair.
a mile back. Upward?
Is there room in the cockpit for somebody to be there healing you, or is it just big enough for you?
What's the?
It's kind of just big enough for him.
Does
If
it
I
fit
cast
me
healing on the thing, does it hit the DAC or does it heal the thing?
Ocean Man in there?
Construct, and it won't.
It is a
heal
construct, so
properly.
healing does not affect it.
Well, that's
Yeah.
Generally.
What you can do, I suppose, is put a familiar in there and start healing me.
Yeah, that would work. I can leave.
But the familiar might also take damage.
I was going
if
to
this
say,
thing is
does
dead.
it damage everything in the cockpit or just the pilot?
Just the pilot. Whoever is kind of strapped into it.
Can we hook up an IV to Thack and like have healing potions like pumped into him? Or
Yes, actually, I have a spell that will help with that. It's a little heal, but it is a ticking, persistent heal that lasts for a very long time.
Yeah.
Dandy could get small and squish in there, and then I could. I don't know if I can cast spells through Dandy though. I don't think I can.
Here's an important question. If he does go down, if he drops unconscious for some sort of reason, does that break his connection with this so that he would stop taking damage, or is he going to keep taking damage if they keep beating on the giant?
Theoretically, he would keep taking damage.
Ugh.
Can I cast spells through the machine?
Technically, however, this thing is very large. It's chances are a lot of your spells would not have appropriate range as a result.
Holy shoot! 100-foot line.
Like you could get 100-foot line potentially, but bear in mind that you would be like 50 feet up, so it would be at a
that's
very
fair.
steep angle that would not hit many people.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. This is kind of scary stuff. Like, you're making yourself a huge target, and this thing looks strong and imposing because the mechanical outside of it is, but all they need to do is get you down, and then this thing goes down and is, like, I don't know, this seems very fragile. This seems like you're drawing a big target on your back, and then you're going to have 20
Well, they
ballista
can't
pointed at
get
you.
me down very easily. Is what the thing is.
I don't know. I mean, I know it's resistant to a lot of damage mechanically. I know it's got DR. But, like, I don't know. If you take focused fire from 3 or 4 dudes who can get past that DR, you're, like, this thing does not have a health pool. It is your health pool, and you're putting a huge target on yourself.
It does have
That's
a
okay. It does have a health pool.
Well,
too.
sure.
The problem is
that yours goes down at the same rate, and as soon as you go down, the Titan is useless.
Yeah.
So,
I can also heal myself.
What if we cast Mirror Image on the Titan? Or do we have to cast it on Thak?
I don't think... Do you know Mirror Image? Mirror Image is self. So I think the Titan would have to cast it.
Well, we can start testing it out, maybe? Permission to try and help get this thing out.
If you think you can pull this thing out safely, then
Yeah.
I don't think any of us are going to stop you.
He climbs down and backs away, and he says, y'all better stand back for a bit, and he kind of puts his fingers between each other, and he just cracks them. And then his, like, lightning runes, like, the lightning scar in his hand starts glowing. He utters incantation, he draws something in the air, and the stone around its limbs turn to mud.
Ooh, okay.
And trickle down. And make sure they're not, like, on the ground. There's no one around the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, you're able to just start to kind of, I assume this is stone shape, right?
Transmute rock to mud.
Yeah,
Oh,
let's
cool.
just
Even better.
distract the giants so they don't see someone trivialize their hard labor for the last 3 months in a few seconds.
Sorry,
Look
this is
over
just kind
here.
of what he does everywhere he goes. He's a wizard. You get it.
Sorry. We don't have much time left. But it's better because, like what they did wasn't trivial. This spell only works a certain amount.
Yeah, it's a fairly small area, especially for this thing.
How tall is this thing?
Perfect cube. I think I have to cast it 4 times, 1 in each limb.
It depends on how big it is, because you get a 40-foot cube with it.
Yeah.
But you get a 40-foot cube? Oh, shit, you do.
I was going to say,
Do I only have to do it once?
I think he mentioned it was only 50 feet tall earlier.
I don't know what a cube is.
Honestly, it's probably actually. So
It's like a math cube or the shape cube?
They're about the same. It's the same thing.
Notably, the cockpit is 50 feet up. The actual
Oh, okay.
Titan is like higher than that.
Gotcha. Is it like
Yeah,
in the
that makes
chest?
sense.
That makes sense.
It's closer to the chest, yeah.
Cool.
Oh, that makes
So
sense.
it's like a Gundam.
Kind of.
So I think it's possible.
This thing is
to
kind of like
maybe
a
get-
Hitmonlee.
I do want to say I am glad that
Well-
you finally described what it looked like and was made out of a little bit, because every time you said Titan before, I was imagining like the Attack on Titan kind of Titan. And I
Yeah.
just imagined Thackeray like getting into a
Ugh.
weirdly deformed little baby man with a hideous face
Honestly,
and then using it to kill
The
people.
Evangelion, the Evas.
That'd be cool too.
It just occurred to me that Attack on Titan is a mecha anime, and I hate it.
Kinda is.
A flesh mecha. You like
But
that?
it's
sort of
it's a
thing.
mecha in its own way.
8-year-old spoilers for Attack on
Yeah.
Titan, everyone.
Is that 8 years old already?
But it's a mecha
I
anime.
don't know. I'm guessing. I'm gonna go look now and make us all feel terrible.
Season 1
Pretty
probably
old.
was. I'm sure the
Yeah,
manga's
probably
been out that long at least. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so
It
I
was when I was in high
imagine
school.
40 feet cube, maybe. Oh, go ahead. 3 castings. I think 1 for the legs because they're both together, and 1 for each arm, and that would for you.
Yeah, 3 castings should be good.
Cool. Let me subtract the mana.
It is almost 8 years. It will
Yep.
be in April.
Yep.
Is that
Okay.
the manga
Cool.
or the anime though?
The anime.
Okay.
All right, let's just establish a pact never to say how old any piece of media is.
That's fair. I like
Thank
that.
people.
It's good for all of us.
Oh wow, season 4, episode 1 comes out tomorrow. Sorry.
Oh, does it? Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
You're on thin fucking ice.
God, I'm very curious what they're doing with season 4 since the manga's still running.
Have you finished
Goodness.
season 3?
Anyways.
It left off at a weird spot. Anyway, continuing with our game and not Attack on Titan.
It's mud.
We're here for Full Metal Alchemist. Thank you.
That's true.
That's right. Yep.
Which you guys should all watch because it's great.
It is great.
Oh, does this mean I'm like the girl who got with the dog, but it's like instead of it being like a weird monster put together, it's two
don't-
cats split apart.
You can't spoil that. Beck
Oh
hasn't
my
seen
god. Full Metal Alchemist has one joke, and it's that.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen that, then I don't know how you haven't
Yeah.
seen that.
Yeah, I'm the only person here who hasn't seen the show, and I know it, so it's fine.
I'm going to force him to watch it. It's okay. We have to do it soon. It's good. It's really
That's
good. I
good.
promise you'll enjoy it.
Anyway, let's see how this thing looks in motion.
Sorry, I'm actually like, I wasn't going to, but I'm actually just gonna give Frisk a stat sheet for this, so I'm
Ooh.
just copying it over now
Nice.
Oh,
because that'll just make this all way easier for
Yeah.
me and everyone involved.
Oh boy, I'm really concerned. What if they have just like 4 cannons? Like, what if they just have 4 cannons? Or like your real physical corporeal body could not take 4 cannon shots, and these cannons are going to hit you. It's not going to miss this Titan.
I have shield.
You can't shield the Titan. I assume it is its own thing. Like, I don't know.
I think I am the Titan.
Well,
If
no,
I
you're
can
not.
shoot lightning.
You
Oh.
you get all the downsides and none of the benefit. Like you take damage for the Titan with the Titan, but like you take its lower AC and the fact that everyone is going to be targeting it, and like I don't know, this
What's its AC?
feels dangerous.
Not great.
Say that. Yeah, you say that like my AC's pretty good.
Look how big. No, but the difference is not the difference in your health pool and your AC. The difference is that when you're just a wizard on the battlefield, we can protect you. But when you're in this giant 60-foot tall Titan,
Yeah.
they're going to point 8 cannons at you and you're going to die.
We'll figure it out.
Oh, we should do that. Yes, we should do that right now before you take this Titan into war.
Because I don't believe cannonballs are magical.
Oh, the guild's got to have magic cannons of some sort, and even if not, they've got what, fireball? I don't know. This is really
It has
Immunity to
DR
fire.
30.
yeah. So like all fireballs will hit you for full damage because it's over 30.
Yeah,
Wow.
immunity to fire.
It It has immunity to fire.
Okay.
I'm immune to fire, bug.
How about lightning? Is it immune to lightning?
No.
Sonic?
Lightning bolt.
What if I cast Shatter on his leg?
It does have
Oh, that might work.
advantage on saving throws against magical effects.
Ugh. I don't know. I'm worried about the amount of aggro you're going to take on this thing.
A lot. But that's okay. That's what I'm built to do.
Okay. We're leaving familiars in there for sure. You're definitely getting regenerate.
I appreciate it.
How quickly can you?
This ain't a suicide run.
That's what I'm trying to be sure of. I'm not convinced yet. One of the things we should test while we're here is how quickly you can decouple from this thing. So that if you are just taking way too much fire and you know that it's going to get you killed, like, can you get out of there quickly? That's a big deal.
I can teleport.
Excellent. We should make sure that actually works for sure.
Yeah. I got Thunder Step. That just gets me out of there.
Don't you have to be able to see?
It takes an action to decouple and to re-enter.
Okay.
One action. How much movement to move out and in?
That depends. If it's standing, you would have to bend the Titan over and then.
Oh, that's what
Get
Feather
out.
Falls for. Which
That
Zach
also
has
works.
always got prepared.
Okay. All
Getting
right.
back in might be a problem, but
Yeah. That's what Misty Step's for. Just climb up and then Misty Step the rest of the way.
so notably, before you make an attack action with this, you do have to decide whether you were spending HP or mana.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
Just make sure you call that out before you do any of that.
Yeah. So movement's
And
free.
I will pass this over. Movement is free. I wouldn't be draining your HP just to walk this thing all the way
What's its
to Rush
movement?
Valley. A lot. I'm going to send you the sheet, and you can take a look.
Holy heck. Can I haste it?
Technically, yes.
I was gonna say the rest of us can target it with spells. We just can't really heal it.
Yeah.
But haste on this thing would be dirty if you can afford the mana cost or the health cost.
Look, what's really important here is this question, okay? Is Thak in the Titan's inventory, or is the Titan a shirt that Thak has put on?
Exactly.
The Titan is a mount.
Oh,
Oh.
not the answer I was expecting.
Holy
it is
smokes.
a mount and a vehicle.
Is it also a location?
No, because it is mobile.
So does that mean that boats are not a location because they are mobile?
Correct. I love this game.
I hate it.
It's got a lot of conditions it's immune to.
Sure is. Again, this thing comes at some potential penalties and costs, but it's not necessarily a bad choice to potentially use it.
Yeah, holy heck. This is pretty good. No wonder its Dex is hot garb.
Its dex is actually higher than it probably should be, but
I know. Its charisma is only one below mine.
Wait, no.
This thing's just gonna get like straight up banished turn 1.
Yeah.
Wait, you have
If it
2
gets-
No, you don't have 2 charisma.
What? No. What's its? Oh, it has 1 charisma. Oh shit! I was reading
It
it
has
wrong.
1
I thought it
charisma.
had 5 charisma.
No.
Okay,
No.
mine's 6. Yeah.
If it gets banished with that inside, does he go with it or does he just fall?
Well, we established that he's wearing it, so.
Yeah.
no, we established
it
it's
is
a mount.
established.
So he
Thack
would
is
fall.
not in the Titan's inventory, so I think Thack will fall.
That could fall because he's not technically connected to it.
Yeah.
Like if they banish Dandy, I just face plant on the ground.
Right. Or land elegantly on your feet because you're tabaxi.
Probably that.
Also, you can fly.
Yeah, that detail too.
No, I can't.
Not anymore.
I haven't been wearing that armor for like months.
Oh.
It wasn't that worth it to me because Dandy can fly, so why do I need to fly?
What's the damage on that? Oh, there it is. 35.
3d12 plus 10 is pretty
Crit
respectable.
7. That's some good stuff. That's scary. It's a siege monster too.
Do you think they're gonna have
Yeah,
a mecha?
like this thing is built to destroy structures.
So if we need a structure destroyed, like when we're trying to disrupt the ritual, and we have to destroy something, this thing can do it.
I like it.
That also tough can do it. My concern is like, well, while I'm in here, I can't heal nobody.
We'll have healing covered outside. We've got some backups. I think we'll be okay.
It's pretty reasonable.
It is. I'm nervous about the amount of attention that this thing is going to draw, but it does have. It's pretty
A lot.
defensible. The DR is good, especially because it sounds like it's actually reducing damage by 30, not just the normal 5e threshold.
Yeah.
Yeah, damage. It has damage reduction of 30. So anything that is not over 30 damage, it just doesn't take.
And if it is over 30, does it subtract 30, or does it still take all of it?
Yes. It subtracts the 30.
Okay, that is much better. Okay, I thought we were using the whatever 5e's damage threshold thing is. Okay, I feel better. That feels good.
No, it works like the heavy armor master.
Sick. Like it should.
It's actual reduction of damage
Right.
of 30.
Exactly, how it should be, instead of how 5e chose to do it. Alright, I'm into it. And it's pretty cool.
But yeah, Attack, you are able to get in if you wish and try and move this thing. But only if you want.
Is he dead? I think Frisk died.
Well, that didn't take long. Holy shit, he hardly even started the thing up.
Turn the ignition. Drop's dead.
Is there an owner's manual?
Hi, my internet's being weird.
Oh, there you are.
I missed the last 2 or 3 minutes.
I was just saying that you can move the Titan if you wish.
Okay, I'm gonna try moving it. We're gonna try get it outside the mine. This is a good way to practice, I guess.
All right. Yeah,
Can
everyone
anyone
stands
rock-
back, and you are. They're not going to be able to ride because you're going to have to actually like crawl out of the tunnel.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, it's going to be a little bit
How do
rough
we do
getting
it?
this thing out. But yeah, that gets in, and this thing starts to light up. That inside, several kind of metal plates kind of clamp around your arms and legs, kind of like gauntlets and greaves, and you're able to start to kind of army crawl and move this thing slowly out of the tunnel.
Take
Did
a
I ever
while.
make you guys watch Robot Jocks?
Yeah, but you've mentioned it
never mind.
before.
Yeah, you've mentioned it and we watched clips, but not the whole thing.
Okay. Withhold memes for now. Reluctantly.
Well, this thing can throw a rock.
Wow, it is built for you.
This thing was built for me.
Throw a rock, yeah.
Excellent.
It throws rocks real well too. If you want to do a test roll, I don't mind. I won't make you spend mana on it.
Yeah. When we're outside, we're nice and safe. I think he needs to actually spend mana because he's doing actual testing.
Okay, you're actually gonna
So
try and do a
yeah,
real test. on
he's
it?
going to try and he's gonna aim. He's gonna pick up a rock and he's gonna aim somewhere.
me.
No. I don't wanna hit you. He's gonna use mana for this. He's gonna aim the rock sort of in the distance as far as he can go.
Yeah.
He's gonna aim for a tree
As
in the distance.
As we're starting up these tests, I'm going to throw Tritonus in so that if you test health and something goes terribly wrong, I can heal you.
Mana for this one.
Yeah.
And he's going to throw a rock at a tree, kind of 200 feet away.
Heck, you missed me. I'm right here.
Aiming for a tree. It costs 5 mana. Let me subtract that. Whoa, I feel it draining. Woo, that drains.
I should actually fix that.
Which one? The damage?
The cost.
Gotcha. You rolled max in 12.
Oh, Anorak,
Speed
thank you
damage.
for the subs.
Oh, another sub.
God.
Thank you.
Twitch is going crazy today.
Good lord.
It's great. So just for some clarification, on the slam attacks, I'm gonna change how I have this written out because you get 2 slam attacks with it for just the 1 cost.
Oh,
Gotcha.
Okay, that's good.
I'm gonna try a
I'm
slam
gonna
attack.
Fix
I guess.
the stone attacks cost a little bit to
Sure.
adjust for that.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, that should be about right.
Okay, let's do a test roll to see if it rolls fine then. So this is the slam. Yeah, I can read that. Seems about fine. And for the hurlstone, 29, 29 is what it rolled, and 46 is the damage, and crit is 29.
Yeah. Crit for an extra
Cool.
29.
Cool.
46 for 3 mana is pretty good.
Yeah. 200 feet to 800 feet. Yeah, this is good. Thak moves around. He doesn't practice. He keeps everyone in contact with him. Privy
There's
to his
tons-
health.
Tons and tons of rocks available from the excavation for testing.
Yeah, look at all this rock.
How are the
How-
giants reacting?
I was going to say, this is a big moment.
Yeah, even they're kind of in awe of this thing.
Is it bigger than the giants?
Very much bigger.
Shoot, we should. I probably maybe make it sit down,
Well, like
make
a
it pop
little
a squat.
baby.
This thing
I
is
had
probably
to make
close
it pop a squat.
to 10 stories.
Good lord.
Woo!
That's a big old boy.
I wanted to make it pop a squat, and like because we need to hide it until the day, right? Or we have to actually move this.
I mean, you're gonna have to move it before, because it's gonna take several days for you.
At the risk of defeatism, because I want to be careful not to fall into that trap, they have Alana / Linnea, who is an oracle and has seen this battle 100 times. I think they know everything we're bringing.
Oh, that's fair. Our A game.
That's
Give
right.
Give me a wisdom check.
Damn right.
Me?
No, cricket.
Okay.
Ooh.
Wisdom check.
There's one of those. And there's one of these if it's applicable. Somehow worse despite having a plus 14.
You can just like
You don't think that they have access to the oracle powers?
That makes sense. Okay. Just kidding. I think she's retained some of her independence.
I mean, otherwise they'd know where we were all the time.
True. I guess, yeah. Yeah.
Specifically because you guys saw her try to enter the temple and she was unable to. They don't seem to be able to, like, access... Like, she doesn't seem to be able to access her powers in that, like, zombified state.
That's good. I need about
Right.
14
We'll have to
more
move
conversations with her. There are a ton of questions. But anyway. All
Right. This is a moment to occasion. It don't hurt. Once we learn how to use it, it could hurt, but we could go about the smart way. Use my magics. It doesn't hurt to walk it.
That's good.
We want to keep this a secret from them as much as possible. If there's anything I learned about cards, and that ain't much, it's we don't show our hands before,
For sure. We can try to keep this...
I don't know the term, but card term.
Gotta keep your hand close to your chest. Keep a good poker face.
Yeah, that.
Both of those things.
This thing don't even make expressions.
It's pretty cool.
Hey, look. I'm a little teapot, short and stout. And he does the teapot.
These gnolls who have been working for years to see this thing come out. This wizard shows up, transmutes stone to mud, finishes the last 80% of their work with the snap of a finger, digs the Titan out, and starts dancing in it.
That costs you 4 mana.
Dance. I'll make a note. Dance takes 4 mana.
Specifically, skill checks cost 4 mana.
Nice.
Oh, doing skill checks costs 4 mana? Okay, cool. I'll make a note of that.
No, I'm just fucking with you. I should probably have
It's
something for that, but
it's MathBot when you get out of the DPS. track.
What's its size? Gargantuan?
should be on the sheet.
Yeah, Crickers.
Yeah.
You are good at math. Well, Morphec
I
and
was gonna
anyone
say,
else here.
Cricket's okay at math. He's not great.
Yeah. Oh, Thack pretends to be very good at math because he is. So I'm just gonna. What? How much weight can a 30 strength gargantuan creature?
So
Carry.
stone. Oh, how much could it carry? All of it.
Yeah.
All of it. You can carry everything.
What is the encumbrance of what? I just want to know. I have no I am playing a fucking character with no desire for power.
Okay, what is it?
The only thing I could look at is
What is the strength?
30.
30?
And it's gargantuan. 30. The only thing I can get out of this, hey, look how much it can lift.
Seven tons minimum, and that is assuming that it is the smallest possible size class for Gargantuan. It sounds like it's about 10 times the minimum size for Gargantuan, so I'm guessing more by a few orders of magnitude there. And that
Still
is
around, we can use it to build.
and that is
to rebuild.
full speed movement too. Oh yeah, it's gonna be super useful.
You want to get
Probably not so much for the building aspect. As you
it's really
saw,
clunky.
It's got 8 decks for a reason. It's
Legit.
trying
Maybe
to
maybe
put
you
bricks.
can less building bricks and more carrying heavy stuff and holding like a stone in place. Big stone though, not like tiny stones. I
yeah,
imagine one
carrying-
finger.
Pipe organs, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
carry a pipe organ. Holy heck. We can carry a pipe organ. Okay, so big question now, what do we do with it? I'm gonna get out, use an action. Make it pop a squat and climb down.
Well, we don't really have a good option for moving this bad boy, other than just walking it there, so that might be what we have to do.
Yeah.
That sounds like really fun, to be honest.
It kind of does, actually. A bit of it.
Yeah.
It'd be the world's coolest escort quest for sure. Because this thing is escorting us instead of vice versa.
It
with
moves
that
pretty
said,
fast too.
We do have to be at the Voice in 3 days.
Yeah, we can't take this over there.
So for now, the Titan might have to stay here. Maybe they can finish preparations. But then, let's see, we should estimate how long it's going to take to get over to Rush Valley and start coming over early to start walking it in that direction.
Well,
Yeah.
hang on. We were told that thing is fast. It might be our best option. How fast is it?
60 feet. It's
Can it
not really
fly?
that fast.
Oh.
No.
Yeah, okay.
If I full out sprint this across the fucking land, it's gonna look terrifying.
Notably, you do. I'm trying to think of what mech anime. It might actually be Gundam, but this works like kind of typical sci-fi mechs where you wear a bit of a suit inside of it and your motions kind of translate to it.
Yeah, like in G Gundam.
Like robot jocks.
So when you guys, like you can't sprint this for a full day.
Yeah, for very long.
I mean, Thak has great constitution and strength. Like you can sprint for a very long time. But you.
But then
wouldn't
it's just
be
a regular march.
Yeah.
It's also not stealthy with its 8 decks.
And the fact that it's 100 feet tall. People will see this
too.
thing coming.
Even if I hunch over Naruto run.
Imagine all the dead wildlife.
No.
All
I
the
can't
bugs in
even
your
hunt.
teeth.
Well, I'd be inside the cockpit. Should be fine. So, plan maybe is we leave this here with the Knolls. They can protect it, and I don't know. Maybe the Giants should stay here as well. Do they have any message for the Voice for when we get up there? We can tell them the Titan's out. Moving it is kind of an issue, but it should be ready for. The Titans dancing. So plan is we leave the Titan here, catch up with everyone for a bit, discuss what our plans with them, and then teleport ourselves to Castamere,
Yep.
who will then teleport us
All
to
right,
the Voist.
We're also going to want to find some way to cast Irresistible Dance. In case we run up against an enemy Titan, we can drain its pilot's mana with it.
Way ahead of you.
He has it already. I'm going to get an anchor for this place. Maybe a rock.
Good call.
I'll put it in my special rocks.
You said you already have one.
We do. We have the obsidian thing from a
For,
day away.
for one away. It's a day away though, and not this actual place.
Excuse me?
We said it.
What do you mean?
We
It took us a day to get here.
No,
okay. Well, add a day onto our
you
travel.
did not specify.
We did.
that.
We did very clearly.
Yeah.
We said we're gonna have to walk a
Several
day to get here after the teleport. There we go. We did it.
There you go.
It's a day.
Well, the other 3
I
days
for-
were the 3 from
that-
earlier.
The other 2
Oh, yeah.
days I forgot to.
Oh yeah, they were.
I forgot that.
It's a long rest.
However,
All right.
before that long rest happens, though, because I want to make sure I spend this slot before the week is up. How would you like to fix your mom's tongue?
You can do that.
I can do it.
Well, shoot, let's go ask her.
Do you think she'll say no? Is that surely not?
Well,
right?
I don't know. I like to ask people permission
That's-
for casting magic on them.
That's legit. That's legit. All right, let's go see what she thinks.
Even though it's like, completely beneficial, it's always nice to be like, hey, you want to opt out of this in case? So yeah, I approach her, and I rallies. Or is that still going? I imagine it takes a while because it's a mile of crawling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can.
Recast.
Yeah, you'll have to recast it.
I recast it. And I say, hey, Ma. So it turns out, Bug over here can regrow tongues specifically?
Yeah, lots of things, but tongues, hands, legs. Yeah. I think I can bring your tongue back. Is what I'm getting at.
Regrowing tongues specifically seems like an odd talent, but I would appreciate that greatly.
All right. Well, this shouldn't hurt or anything. We wanted to ask first instead of just sneaking up on you and, bamfing your tongue back. It might take some time. Sometimes it takes a day or two to fully heal and grow, and there might be some weird swelling during that time. If you notice the scent or the taste of copper or iron in the back of your nose, let me know. If you feel lightheaded, let me know. Well, if you're ready, here we go.
This is pretty exciting. I can't wait to cook something you can taste.
You'll be able to eat his food. It's really good. He's a really good cook.
It's okay.
shucks.
The Iskar just likes rice and salt and hot water.
Caramels are really good too, though.
All right, I will pull out
I'll move
the ground out sapphire dust, and I will kind of rub it between my palms and then get it to stick to the fleshy pads. And then I will place it kind of around the sides of her neck, like right below the jawline, and I will begin to cast a spell. And there's about a minute or so of incantation. Hopefully, presumably, things start glowing and magic starts happening. And boom.
I like cling to Rezik. Like, oh gosh, I hope this works.
Yeah, over the next couple of minutes or so, there's a strange sensation. You can tell that it's not like painful, but it is a little distressing and a little strange. But yeah, eventually, Vo's tongue is fully reformed. She kind of opens her mouth for a moment as if she's about to speak, and then kind of closes her mouth again. And, just waits for a moment. That was an unpleasant experience.
It's my understanding that it's going to start out itty bitty and then it'll grow back to its full size over the next day or two. So there might be some weird feelings.
It seems about fully formed now, but it also felt like I don't know, it's like something was filling my mouth and I was about to be choked.
Ugh.
Oh.
That seems to have stopped now. I think it's back to normal. Do I sound normal? Yes, you sound wonderful. Thank you.
Of course. It's the least I can do. Truthfully, most of what I've learned over the past few...
Mama. Just crying and blubbering already.
I just start shoving Thackeray over.
Rezical. Just kind of whisper. Shh. Not here.
Sorry. He's incoherent anyway.
Sound like the kid from Ghost Stories.
Vo, come
Like, what
over
the fuck
and
is he saying?
just give you a hug.
He hugs back. It's a big old hearty squeeze. Right. I guess that's prophecy fulfilled.
Almost. I guess you all have a lot of preparations that you need to finish. We'll continue to watch over the Titan until time arrives. If there's anything else we can do to assist you all, let us know.
I know you guys aren't planning... Or go ahead.
That's all. That's it. That's all I can think about.
Cool. I know you guys weren't planning on doing a lot of the fighting yourselves. You're mostly contributing the Titan. But if you do send any people to the front lines, be aware of this marking. This is typically what we're going to be using for having the innocent surrender when they realize that this isn't all just a joke. Just trying to minimize innocent casualties if we can. Also means we can focus our firepower.
You don't think the enemy will Don't think the enemy will start to use that symbol and pretend to surrender so that they can stab us in the back?
That's a really good idea.
It's certainly possible. Don't, keep your wits about you. But if you see, women and children hiding in a house or, just a family or whatever, I don't know. Keep your wits about you. Obviously, anybody associated with the guild or in the guild buildings or the sanatorium, they're complicit in all of this, whether they use the symbol or not.
Of course, because no woman with a child could possibly stab you in the back.
I'm not saying
People could just pretend to be children, you know.
Okay.
We met a halfling who pretended to be a child once.
Keep your wits.
And a
about
shadow demon.
Oh yeah. I like how he responds to check out this sign. Also, it might not be useful.
Having a lot of reasons to not trust children lately.
We'll do our best. Will kind of tugs on your arm for a moment, Tack.
Yes, him. He gets over.
Just gestures to the side and kind of pulls you so she can talk to you alone.
Yep, he goes in. We've still got this head speech thing going, if you want. But I do like hearing your voice.
I haven't been able to speak for a while. It would be nice to make use of it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Is the
They're
tongue?
they're both really bad at talking, okay?
I'm very proud of you. And
Okay.
I want you to know that there wasn't a moment that I didn't think of you. I know that doesn't amount for much, but I really did hope that was. I did try to give you your best chance.
No,
Even-
no, that means a lot.
You still got pulled into this anyways, and I should have never let you go.
They say you love someone, you let them go. They come back. Well, I came back. And I'll keep coming back. And he gives her a big hug.
She hugs you and just cries.
Yeah. Don't
Does
feel
the same.
too bad. Free will is an illusion and our fates are all determined. You couldn't have done anything else.
Even if the use is deterministic, our brains have evolved to perceive the illusion of free choice. Therefore, it is just as important as we perceive it to be. The illusion of free choice influences the chemical reactions that happen in our brain.
That's ridiculous.
Also, you're just kind of depressing if you think about it like that.
Mama, I left home to find you and Pa, and no one forced me to do that. I wanted to know that you guys were fine and that you're always welcome at the farm. Well, when we get back, currently it's kind of overrun with plant monsters. But when we get back, you know, you're welcome to be a part of our lives there. I had a good life. Real good life. I was happy even when it was hard. Cuz no matter where I went, where people didn't want me or didn't like me, I always had home and everyone loved me there. And you gave me that. I wish you were a part of it, but you are now. And let's not change that no more, right?
She just cries and holds you.
He just holds her for a while. He doesn't want to let go. Did you know Frisk is also the name of the main character of the game Undertale? And if you put that as your name, it puts you in ultra hard mode.
Oh.
I learned that the way. But you know, I don't want to let go.
Yeah, she just holds you. Please don't go.
I don't want to go, Ma. I want to go home and be here and be with you and all that. But if I don't go, everyone else does. I've seen the end of the world, and I don't want it to happen again. All I can do is promise I'll come back.
I know.
Will you teach me how to use a sword when I get back?
Of course.
I mean, I'm too scared to hit nobody with it, but
We can set up a dummy.
that'd be great. I've been using it mostly to cut down trees.
You should use an axe for that.
I know. I don't got no axe, I got a sword. It's a real good one, and I'm glad it's in your hands. I'll hold on to your needle, and you hold on to my sword, okay?
All right. Be sure to come get it afterwards.
We'll trade for candle nights. He gives her a big
That is
old
coming
kiss
up,
on the
isn't it?
forehead. Yeah. What do you like? I don't know all that much about y'all. You and Rizik. Does he like books?
He does.
Oh, thank the Lord. I love books. I got lots. I'll send him some of mine.
I think he would like that a lot.
What about you?
Oh, I don't have many things that I need.
Moms are the worst to shop for.
What
Accurate.
about things that you
This is
want?
the most real conversation I've ever had.
I don't need anything.
It comes so naturally.
Right.
Like, been through this shit so many times.
I'll think of something, and immediately he's gonna make her a sweater. For cuddle nights.
Oh,
So when this is all over, do y'all stop pretending we're not related, or y'all want to go with me to the weeds farm?
I wouldn't want to impose on them any more than I already have.
Oh no, they know. They want you. They think you're a part of the family too, like distant relatives. You just ain't been to no hold downs or hood nannies, and we have lots of those.
I think that would be very nice.
He does a big old stupid smile. It's gonna have a full family reunion.
That'll be nice.
You should probably go before I try and stop you.
He nods. I should go before I decide to leave. Or stay. Sorry, I'm really bad at words. He gives her a kiss on the forehead and leaves.
She just waits there.
Come on, fellas, let's go. He gathers everyone up. Come on, let's get going.
Let's go see what the voice has to say to us. If you're ready.
Well, Castamere will have to.
Oh, right, we gotta talk to
First.
customer to get there. Right, okay. Alright, I will begin casting a teleportation circle once everybody is gathered up and ready to go. And I will send us over to Castamere's castle.
Hey, Tough. Do me a favor. You push me in that circle, would you?
Hey, I'll just draw it around your feet. You stand right there.
I pick up Thack and I hoist him over my shoulder. I'm like, okay, big guy, come on.
Yay!
I have 21 strength now.
Nice.
Woo! He's really like, oh,
Almost as strong as the Titan.
oh
There, big guy, it's okay.
He's dragged into the portal. You're so strong.
Always eat your cabbage, kids. If you want to grow up strong like Uncle Drew.
That's a nice belt.
What belt?
Is it made out of cabbage?
Is that you?
Yes.
Make sure you know what kind of cabbage he's talking about if it's Daru.
What does that mean?
You can't tell the story on Twitch, guys.
Well, you got the red cabbages, you got the green cabbages. Sometimes they come in purple. You got them Savoy cabbages and Napa cabbages.
Brussels sprouts are my favorite kind of cabbage.
Are those cabbages?
They're like small
Bigger.
cabbages.
Like tiny baby cabbages, I guess.
Yes.
They smell and taste just as bad.
God,
Maybe you just never had the right Brussels sprout. Maybe some of them
Yeah.
taste better than others.
You gotta get those really good Jewish Brussels sprouts.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a Jewish thing. I think it's a biscuit thing. He's a real good cook.
Thanks, man.
I say this as someone that's never eaten anything you've made, but everything you make sounds good. And I want to eat something Philo makes too.
Didn't you send? No, that was Philo. Philo's the one who sent cookies that one.
Yeah,
time.
Philo sent stuff. I didn't get a piece
You're
of
right.
it
I
though.
don't think I've ever had anything biscuit made.
I bequeath to you my banana bread.
It was very good.
I have given you guys so many recipes.
Recipes, yeah, but like, we're all terrible cooks.
My recipes are foolproof. I wouldn't send you recipes that are difficult to handle. Like, I'm not about to walk you through making bread, okay? But you can make brownies. Come on, man.
Oh yeah, no,
Bread's
that-
easy.
Okay, but like real talk, next time we can all get together, probably at Feck's house because I doubt that I can get away with it at a hotel. I'm bringing my deep fat fryer. I have perfected these chicken tendies,
Whoa.
and y'all gotta try them. Marinate them in buttermilk first, and then you bread them with Ritz crackers. It's real good.
What are we talking about now?
Chicken tendies.
I heard Nintendies, which now I want
Oh,
Like- chicken nuggets shaped like Nintendo characters so I can eat them.
pretty cool.
all right.
You
Onwards.
could just
to
eat those
Castamere.
dinosaur-shaped chicken nuggets and pretend they're all Yoshi.
And the Rex guys from Super Mario World. Yeah.
And you can pretend you're Aunt Petunia.
I know I should understand that, but I suddenly don't.
No, it's okay. That was a stretch of a reference. It's because Aunt Petunia was in the Super Mario movie, and she's the one who
Oh,
stabs
right.
Yoshi.
Right. I was
Yo,
like, I
my
know.
brownie recipe is the best brownie recipe.
So is your
ever
biscuit recipe, apparently.
Best brownies in the world. The biscuits are hard to make. The brownies are easy though. You can do the brownies.
Do you think I couldn't do the biscuit? Is that what you implied just now?
Well, considering I think you could probably burn a bowl of ramen, but I'm not sure. Maybe I'm wrong.
I'm offended. You send me both of those recipes and I will make them.
No, that was Frisk Cooper cereal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Sorry to call you out like that.
no, I deserve it. I think anyone who burns a ball of cereal deserves to be called out.
Still don't know
Okay,
how
my
you
dad
managed.
does the same thing. He wanted to heat up the milk, but he already put the cereal in, so he put the whole thing in a microwave and then lit on fire. But
I
anyways,
forgot to put the milk in, so it was just cereal.
yeah, it's a little worse. But yeah, you guys are able to pop up in Albert, and stuff is going to happen there. But I can't talk about it.
I was gonna say, I think we might. Are we there yet? Are we ready for that, or do we need that?
Wait, what?
Nothing. Carry on. Continue. Tell us what you're going to tell us.
I can't tell you anything because we're missing a key part of
Right. Okay.
what year.
Right. I figured.
We're all not ready, and we need to go to Belber and prep, and I don't know.
I guess what I'm getting
Y'all
at
want
is,
to make out?
Are we? Yes.
Yeah.
Can I come in too?
Let's do it.
Where are we going?
I don't know why I said come in.
Okay, let me get my wand.
Oh, it's Monday.
No, Monday was earlier. Although I do imagine that Simmons probably was in for that. In my head, I do. Have.
My head too, so it's 2 out of 3.
Yeah, there we go.
That makes it canon.
Drew was there too.
Consent is required from all parties. To make it canon.
That's true.
You can headcanon whatever
True.
the hell you want. You guys can
Oh,
headcanon.
facts.
All I'm saying
That
is-
means consent.
Head cannon head.
All I'm saying is that we're about to engage
Hey.
in an extremely dangerous and perilous mission, and none of us should die a virgin. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
I mean, we know Darul's not a virgin. We all heard that.
I was gonna say, is that an issue for anyone?
Don't
Last chance.
I see you playing with
Well, don't point.
special effects.
Well, don't point fingers at me.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Oh, you just exploded.
It's like so. What is that gushing white stuff?
Christ.
That's a really good- Simmons- We are children.
God, I'm the worst person.
Is it?
Why do you tolerate with me DMing? This is terrible.
Yeah,
I mean-
part in the movie when Shinji visits Asuka in the hospital. I'm
Oh,
the lowest
no.
of the low. That's what you're saying.
That's so fucked up.
It was kind of fucked up.
Terrible movie.
I liked it.
God, it's like the different settings on a garden hose.
Yeah, there isn't really a good one for this.
Boom. Is someone putting their thumb over the tip or what?
Well, it wouldn't all be at once, right? It would be more like a sprinkler, right? It would go, it like explode rhythmically.
It's a really
Does
pretty
it like
effect.
go across and then make its way back?
Christ. Christ almighty.
Anyways,
We have subscribers, guys.
yeah.
Why am I on the map 3 times?
I don't know, because you keep dragging yourself out onto there.
Probably.
Is this a let's call it here moment, or is this a let's see if a thing happens moment, or where are we at? What are we up to?
We're waiting on
A thing.
a thing,
Okay.
which might happen.
Alright.
Give them 7 minutes.
I'm into it. I'm gonna use the restroom while we wait.
But I need you here.
Oh, okay. Do you want to come with?
You want to hold
To
it?
the bathroom?
Yeah, you can
You're
hold
gonna
it.
help Mame?
Alright, I can hear you. I can't respond, but I can hear you.
You can hear me. Do you like
Talk
it
shit
when I
about
lean
him.
in close behind you when you're at the toilet? Imagine you're in the public restroom and I came up right next to you. I didn't leave a space between us.
That's
This is
going on right
the
now.
Daru
Is this still good
ASMR.
for you? I come up behind you in public restroom. I strip down your pants. My lizard
All
come
right,
out.
one of you. I'm gonna give
It's
you.
not-
I'm gonna
Do
give
you
one of
ring it
you
out
an
or shake
upgrade.
What?
An
I think it's
upgrade.
an upgrade.
Upgrading
called
my
it
cell
first.
phone plan?
Uh,
Dibs.
so one of you is going to get to exalt your relic.
Let me do it. Let me do it. Let me
Well,
do it.
No, I had dibs.
Exalted Belchian.
But whoever does it, we're going to determine that through
Initiative.
a fight to the
No.
death.
Oh, okay.
Can I use the Titan?
No.
Why is grass exploding everywhere?
That's fair.
Okay, I'm back. Drew, don't ever do that again.
Did you like it?
No, I didn't. I liked it very little.
Sorry if it was bad.
It's okay.
Apparently, we have to fight to the death for an exaltation.
I heard. I can't wait. You're all gonna die.
Says you.
But for real, let's figure out who gets it.
I nominate the guy who got their relic last. Oh, wait, guys, that's me. That's me. I had to wait the longest.
Since I feel like it's
Barely.
more of a race to get to the first one to get to the upgrade. Okay, so I feel like we should settle this with initiative.
I think it's the person who wants it the least.
Knox.
Well, probably tough because he hasn't said anything yet.
Or tough, yeah.
Yeah.
Tough.
I probably did.
All these are compelling arguments. Everybody roll a d100.
Nuts.
Nuts.
Nuts!
Ass.
Yeah.
It's the root.
If you double mine, it's 68, which is one off from 69, so.
Daru, you get to pick a game.
Oh.
What?
You get to pick a game
Stones.
that everyone will have to play in order to see who gets their relic exalted.
FTL, hard mode. Let's go.
Let's play Stones.
It has to be
Naruto
some.
Shippuden Ninja Storm.
Smash Bros. I could beat all of you at Smash Bros.
Bullshit.
Pokemon, I can kick all your asses.
Once a year.
Magic. What other games could I beat all of you at? Smash Bros. Magic. FTL.
Can I
You can't
just have
always
it?
beat me at Smash Bros.
I can always beat you at Smash Bros.
Cannot.
Can I just have it?
having names.
The game is your name Daru?
Yeah.
Oh,
the game
my
is I
is, I
rolled.
win.
The game is I rolled the highest. Okay, let's play Who's the Oldest
Thanks, guys. I get it.
in character.
Bullshit.
I think that's canonically a scar
No.
because you spent most of your days dead, and that doesn't count.
That's two.
Aren't you like even ignoring the whole plot thing with your? Aren't
Yeah.
You, like mid 40s, 50?
Like 37.
Yeah, you're.
Oh, I've got to beat.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think Iskar might have you beat then.
It's like
Dandy's a
It's
Fey
Scar
being.
wins.
He's
it's
the
like Cobalt,
100-year-old.
it's like Cobalt years though. It doesn't count.
So Dandy wins, which
No,
means
it's
I
not.
win.
If it was counting
Kobolds live
years,
longer than humans.
Yeah, they okay, but maybe.
Daru, how about the game is everyone rolls 1d100, but you get a plus 10?
I'm okay with that.
Works for me.
Oh boy. Oh,
Jesus.
Simmons.
I didn't consent to this game.
Oh no.
The sea cloth is mine. I give it to Daru because he should have won.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Sportsmanship.
Thanks for the pity.
Welcome.
Okay, but Daru and Simmons can't win because they don't have exalted stats yet.
Oh,
What does that mean?
Oh,
Game was
find
rigged
out what
from
our
the start.
weapons they get better.
can't you just roll a 1d whatever for anyone who already has the stats?
I could, but I'm really just fucking around just to kill some time.
He's killing time until something
Yeah,
happens.
that's fair.
See if
So do I
Okay,
get it?
Let's have a campfire game.
Do I get the thing, or are we just gonna spend the last 2 sessions giving everybody else heartfelt reunions and moments with their living family members,
Dude,
and then
don't-
give Daru the thing that he rolled well for?
dude,
And just cock
you
these
have
cards.
no idea the shit that is about to happen to Daru. do not at me currently.
It's not Drake's fault you decided to play everyone dead.
That's true. It's kind of both of our faults, to be fair.
Drake accepted it. That's also his fault, I guess.
Look, man, you got a lot at the beginning, and you're gonna get a lot at the end.
Woo.
Hooray!
You're a
I'm
U-turn.
also-
You
I'm
don't
also
have
just-
you don't have a great middle, admittedly, but
Oh, thanks.
If Daru was an anime, what would that be?
look,
Great
man,
beginning, great end, not so good middle.
Also, Pookie,
It's not my
I'm just
fault.
teasing, and I'm teasing. I'm not actually like trying to guilt trip you. It's a fake guilt trip.
it's not my fault that
Still
you can't
enjoying
roll
this
a
campaign.
history check.
I know.
Meanwhile,
Remind me next time. No, this is that I will take full responsibility for that. Like next time that we're like discussing it pre-campaign and we have these ideas that we're like brainstorming together. We're like, hey, this might be like a plot-centric character. You might have a lot of shit going on that you might need to remember. Like I'm totally down for that. But when we're discussing that, just remind me not to fucking have 7 int,
Fair.
and I will make something else my dump stat.
Int is a hard dump stat sometimes.
It is.
this is why you gotta dump strength like the cool kids.
I mean, my other dump stat was strength until I got the belt.
Not
so-
fair.
Here's the problem: dumping int just makes you hotter.
Does it?
Okay.
Am I what you call a
It does.
himbo?
Yeah,
Or am
you're
I
a
a
himbo.
himbim?
That's Simmons and Cricket.
Somebody pull up the chart, please. I forget.
Okay.
You're a bim bim.
I'm a bim
Yeah.
bim.
All right, so
Had an uncle named Bim Bim.
So, for reasons, we're gonna wrap up real early this week.
Legit.
That's fine.
Spoiler alert.
That's fair, yeah.
Cole's gonna be back next week.
Yeah.
We were gonna get him in last week, but we were in the Astral Sea, and then we were gonna get him in this week, but
Yeah.
shit came up.
That's fair.
And
Oh no.
he said I could NPC him, but I don't want to do that because there's essentially you guys are going to meet up and he should be there for that.
Yeah,
And
it's a
second,
reunion.
because immediately after that, you guys are going to be going to the Voice to have a pretty detailed discussion about your war plan.
Mhm.
And I also feel like you should probably
He should be there.
be there for, because I'm going to do a bit of a recap of some of the current situation and what you guys need to be kind of planning for and kind of figure out where you guys want to centralize your attacks and whatnot.
Yeah. I dig it.
So yeah,
And I get to plan having around my exalted wave rider.
yeah. I will probably have those. I will probably have those stats for you guys, possibly next week.
Yeah.
So look
This
forward
was
to that.
this was a prank because technically all our stuff was going to become exalted at the end of all this. So
Did you prank
Yeah.
me?
I might have.
I'm
I do
I'm-
actually not have.
I'm
I do
hurt.
actually not have Wave Rider or Twilight Kiss. The final stats for the exalted stuff.
That's-
But I have. I have most of it. But that's also because Twilight Kiss changed like 5 times because I really couldn't figure out what I wanted to do for this thing.
Can't believe I got pranked.
well, as long as like the hand wraps work on like a sword, I think that's all that has to matter for Cole.
Be honest. Was the ocarina originally going to be Twilight's Kiss?
No.
Okay.
That's good.
It's not time for revelations yet, guys.
Originally, that was going to be a Raise Dead
Oh.
Simmons!
or Revivify.
Simmons!
We were all gonna die anyway. Don't you, Simmons? Me.
It's true. He saved us.
Oh, you're right.
Like I think
It's true.
like 4 of us were down, and there were 5 Gilly left, and there was no
Yeah.
way we were gonna get
No,
that.
You're right.
Also, whose
I
shirt is
used
this?
my healer ult before we had to wipe and try again.
God, LB3 feels so goddamn good. I got another one in Wreath of Snakes last night. It was so much fun.
Subscription
I'm gonna
just
give
ended because of Daru's bathroom talk.
Wait, what?
I'm sorry, Anorak.
Yes.
So I'm gonna give you guys a quick, like, just vague recap of a couple of things. Just for your planning purposes, so you can kind of think about what's going on. Oh, thanks for the
Mhm.
subscription, Simmons.
Yeah.
He
Um,
subscribed.
So there's a lot of enemies that you guys have not killed. Particularly Gilly, Ammon, the Witch, Dea, Alana,
It's a lot.
and the time skipping ninja.
Shit, did we not get the witch?
I could have sworn we got.
We
No.
got the witch in the Shadowfell. We did not get the witch that was at the giant's place.
Oh yeah.
The one that bothered us.
Yeah,
In
and
the
then
Galders.
she came and tortured Cricket a little bit, and then ran away on a
Right.
dragon.
Right.
Oh
And
yeah,
then
I
killed
remember
the
that
dragon,
horrible.
and she ran away again.
Wasn't that like the session that I got see invisibility?
Sure was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ugh, terrible witch.
So yeah, just
Burn the witch.
keep that in mind. There's several
Yeah.
pretty big bads that are still lingering around.
We're gonna get some of that sorted out. We should also, at some point, probably over the week, figure out if anybody has holiday plans that we need to work around.
Oh yeah, good point.
I don't think there's anything I'm doing.
I will be out on the 20th, so 2 weeks from today I will miss a session, but that's all I've got, I think.
Yeah, we're doing Christmas at my place on the 19th, but I should still be free on Sunday. Other than that, I don't think I have any other stuff interrupting. Especially not work lately.
Barring fatal accidents, I should be fine.
Don't
Well,
die.
let's come to that. Yeah, my stuff will be on the 23rd to the 25th, and I'll be back for the 27th. So
Yeah, because if accident sends me to the hospital, I'm sure they have Wi-Fi.
Christmas is illegal here, so
Oh no.
I can't do anything. So I'll be free pretty much the whole time. But since Peck kind of handles all this streaming stuff, probably miss the 20th then.
I might be able to set it up to stream remotely if you guys are like all here. I don't want everybody to have to miss a session just because of me. But we'll figure something
Could
out.
possibly do that. But yeah, figure stuff out.
Hanukkah starts next week.
I'm so proud for you.
What happens in
So
Hanukkah?
It's not all about Christmas all the time.
Damn straight.
Happy Hanukkah to anyone who does it. Also Kwanzaa.
Happy
I
all
hope
the
you have
holidays.
8 wonderful, crazy nights.
Watch the movie 8 Crazy Nights.
Yeah, do you do that like as a yearly tradition? Like, is that one of your Hanukkah movies? Like how we watch The Grinch and Christmas Story and
Muppet,
stuff?
Schindler's
Muppet Christmas
List.
No.
Carol. Schindler's
You
List.
guys watch?
Do you watch Schindler's List every year?
Not. No.
I've never seen Schindler's List, and I plan to eventually. So I need a bunch of tissues.
It's a really
You
good
watch-
I do
movie.
not think people.
It has some very good music too, and
Yeah.
it's a wonderful movie.
I
don't
do
know
not
what it
think
is.
the Jewish people watch Schindler's List for
Okay,
8
only
days
watch-
on
I, mis-
Hanukkah.
Episode where
You watching Glorious Bastards?
I misunderstood your slightly offensive joke as you saying that your family watched it every year, Frisk. And I'm like, why does your family watch that
Why
every year
would-
at Christmas? That's terrible.
I just can't think of many Jewish films. Okay,
Okay.
Crazy Nights and Schindler's List all came up.
I don't
I'm just
even-
gonna play through Bayonetta 2 because that game takes place on Christmas. So
Oh, the Leg Woman.
the leg woman and her
Her
wife,
hair.
the hell,
Like
And her
woman.
hair suit.
I'm just gonna.
leg hair woman. That's the lesbian aunt that
Leg
at Christmas
hair
with a
woman.
bunch of stuff.
Leg
just
hair
gonna watch
woman
Die
and
Hard.
white leg hair woman. You know, I haven't seen Die Hard.
Me either.
Oh, we should do a movie night.
It's hard to die.
This was canceled here.
It should be canceled
We
here,
should.
but it's not.
Let's have an online Christmas.
Let's do it.
I'm into it. But for now, I'm going to end the stream because it's like wrapping up.
IDT Secret Santa.
Oh my god, can't
Good
we?
night, everyone.
Good night.
Yes.
I'm going to post
Stream.
up to what we've currently got, Simmons, so that we can wrap that up.
Okay,
And then we
it
post
should be 2 more left, right?
Yeah, I didn't know how much more Simmons had to say. I don't know.